If you're a young person and for some reason you're up early listening to the radio with your elderly parents, perhaps you and Grandpa are going fishing together today, and you turn to Grandpa and you say, What the hell is this? Grandpa will say, it's all we had back then. It's all we had. We could have easily played something by Iron Maiden because it's Bruce Dickinson's birthday today.
Well, that was discussed.
It was discussed.
Well, it's Kirsten Hirsch's birthday. Throwing Muses.
Oh, okay.
But even more importantly, we could have dug even deeper into the worm-filled vault of crappy old music and played Billy Don't Be a Hero because it's Bo Donaldson's birthday today.
We could have done that.
But
wow.
No, you flashed me back to, okay, everybody, it's time for an all-skate. All-skate.
Yep.
Those aren't always bad flashbacks to classic skating.
Always bad.
Oh.
Always bad. Always bad.
And you're going to really love the tenuous reason.
Okay,
is not
so
tenuous.
why is
This is
why
perfectly reasonable.
why did this it's all we had back then for music.
This is not tenuous at all because
On this day.
in 1974, actress Faye Dunaway wed Peter Wolf, the artist that was
What, the what?
displayed. The
The what?
artist that was displayed.
The lead singer of Jay Giles' band, who then left Jay Giles' band and went and did his own solo stuff.
Yeah.
That was his first song after.
Peter Wolf.
Carrie and I had a long discussion about this.
You know, I don't know why that would be a lengthy discussion at all. See, you guys are lucky that I'm not here because I'd be going, no.
Carrie and I both like that song, and you are wrong.
Well,
It's all we had
And
back then.
conversely, that argument about you not being here could be made that maybe you should be here.
Well,
Because it would save you an awful lot of aggravation at this point.
It could be, but
Or
it's
you could say, I wasn't here to veto it. I can't be aggravated.
not my fault.
Yeah.
Actually, it's comic aggravation. I don't hate that song.
You know who else got married on this day? A lot of famous people share this as a wedding anniversary.
Gosh, who?
Charo and Xavier Cugat. It's their anniversary.
Coogie. Coogie's long gone, isn't he? Because Charo has one wooden leg in the grave, I think.
And Tom Selleck and Jilly Mack. It's their wedding anniversary.
Still married, yeah.
Are they still married?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Charo, although she has one of Xavier Cugat's mummified chihuahuas on her mantle.
One of them. There
One
are
of
many.
them. There were many. It was his favorite chihuahua, Pepe. I follow Charo on Twitter.
You do, don't you?
I do, and you know what? She very seldom tweets anything, and when she does, it's coochie coochie.
And that's it.
That's pretty much
You know,
it.
she could hire a young person to do that.
I know. She doesn't, though.
After we went to Mamma Mia, I told all my sisters they need to follow Cher on Twitter. Do you follow Cher on Twitter?
No, Gina, no, I don't. And I'm gonna, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna drop Charo after this.
Well, it's what made me think of it. And just speaking of a young person doing your Twitter, Cher does not have a young person do her Twitter feed, and you can tell. Yeah, you can tell by reading.
You can tell.
Her Twitter. She hates Trump worse than I do, and she yells about it a lot on Twitter, and it's hilarious.
Well, you know, and poor Charo now. She has worn those really tight pantyhose or whatever they are for so long she can't take them off. They've melded
They're
to her
just part
skin.
of her.
Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. All right.
Okay.
Let's get this over with, shall we? The check-ins. It's your fault. You people who keep calling 877-602-9696, you are enabling the worst feature we have ever done on the Radio from Hell show. Check-ins. Check-ins. So if you want to call and check into the Radio from Hell show, remember, you're keeping the feature going. If you don't call 877-602-9696, if nobody calls, we won't ever do the feature again. But if you do call in, be ready with this. 3 words or less, and this is really fitting, actually. What's something that's really popular today that just annoys you? 3 words or less. Something that's popular that really annoys you. And again, Radio from Hell fits any one of these
Sure.
categories, so you can't use that, okay? Because it can go in any one of these. So 877-602-9696. What's something that's popular today that really annoys you?
All right, think about that. Call in, check in. We have prizes, right?
Broovies,
Movies in Auckland or here?
Reviews in general.
I believe it's celebrating the new location,
But it's
but
good-
it's
it's
good.
good anywhere.
I think so.
Good at any broovies, we
Yes.
should say.
Yes.
You know what what annoys me is dirty carpets.
It's very popular today.
It's not popular to have them, but it's
popular
because
to
it's
have
so
clean
annoying.
carpets.
Yes, it is, and that's what makes Zero Res so popular because they clean carpets better than anyone.
Not just carpet. They do, and I've had them do all of this: upholstery, tile. They will clean and seal your countertops. If you have natural stone countertops, like
do.
granite or marble or
Yes.
something like that,
Seal 'em up.
You're supposed to seal it like twice a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zero Res is the only carpet cleaner too, using empowered water. It's no soap, no residue, no chemicals, nothing like that. And right now, if you call Zero Res, they'll do $33 per room, minimum supply, but they'll clean 3 rooms and you get the 4th room cleaned for free. So schedule your Zero Res carpet cleaning right now. Call them, 801-288-9376. That's 288-ZERO, or go to zerores.com.
X96 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, there we go.
Time to officially begin the Radio from Hell show, and then I don't know. I guess people have called to check in. 877-602-9696. Their lines are full right now, but if you keep trying, you'll get in just a second. But let me now. Is the sky cleared?
Hold on.
I just want to ask a question first before we do. Is the sky cleared up a little bit?
No,
Okay. All right.
not at all.
All right. Go ahead.
Unlimited 1.5% cashback plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
I'm not sure how you know that because it's dark. Because I looked up in the sky and I saw the moon over our building as clear as anything.
It's not looking good.
Not looking good?
It's smoky.
I can't see the mountains out west.
The moon is 21.0% of full. I guess it must be a little clear right overhead,
Maybe.
because that's where I saw the moon. It will set today at 5:22 p.m. Today being Tuesday. It's the 7th day of August in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's most dilatory radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, the sons of the soil, the denizens of the deep state, the cucks of communication, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, I say that for his protection, is producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live. And I saw Festus today helping out, but we have another helper today.
Cynthia's here also.
Cynthia, hi Cynthia, helping out as well. And that's it. So check-ins.
Let's begin. Yes?
Well, check-ins are sponsored.
All right,
Kerry
go ahead.
Jackson. Ogden Twilight concerts continue today, August 7th, with Canadian electro-funk duo Chromeo. Their sound is a hybrid of soul, dance, rock, synth pop, disco, and funk. Get your tickets at ogdentwilight.com.
All right, let's begin with Ashley. Hello, Ashley.
Ashley?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Ashley. 3 words or less if you can. Something that's popular today that just really annoys you.
Trump's orange face.
Ooh,
Trump's orange.
I don't know how
very-
popular
I-
it is.
direct.
well, he's popular in some circles. All right, thank you, Ashley.
popular here in Utah. All right, Joel from Orem is checking.
Hi, Joel.
All right, 3 words or less, the check-ins.
They're
And here
very
you are.
popular.
And here you
Oh,
are.
let's give him the broovies.
I think we should. They're really not that popular,
They're not.
Joel. They're not.
I did that for you guys.
Well, thanks. Hang on the line, and we'll give you those Broovies tickets. Or
You see,
passes.
this is an important lesson to the listener that pandering always helps. Let's see. Let's go to Adam. Hello, Adam.
Adam.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for letting me listen.
You're welcome, Adam. 3
Geek
words
Show
or less.
says hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam.
3 words or less.
YouTube celebrities.
YouTube
Yes,
celebrities.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Eh,
Thank you, Adam.
My kids say it's proof that I'm old. But
Yeah, it is.
It is.
You're
But-
right.
but at the same time, it's just another channel.
Although
With a show.
when I went to see my daughter's YouTube celebrity live in person, she loves this guy on YouTube, and I went to see it, and I went, I see why people like him.
I don't have anything against them. They just, like I said, it's just another channel, just another show.
Too many shows.
Too many shows. All right, Chris is here. Hi, Chris.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Thanks for letting me listen.
it's our pleasure, Chris. 3 words or less.
This stupid feature.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we got that
you
already.
did that. You
Yeah.
did that. I mean, you did that well. I have to admit, but see, by calling, you extended it.
Yeah.
I know, but I want the Broovies ticket.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just
Just
gave
gave
him
him away.
Just gave him
Oh,
away.
well, Richie's saying
Wait,
we have a
hang on.
prize for him. What do we have for him? What do we have for him, Richie?
Say, we're going to give you something. Hang on, okay, Chris?
Hang on. Put you on hold.
We might
Get
have
you
some more
something. I think
Broovies.
we have some extra ones. Let's see. Carrie, the coordinator. Morning radio conventions.
Because she doesn't like us being gone? Is
Seriously, though, my week isn't the same without you guys waking me up.
We will still wake you up Thursday and Friday. We have stayed late after our shows recording new stuff that you're going to hear.
It's not good stuff,
No,
but it is new.
It's terrible, but
Yeah.
it's new.
People who don't like me will hate it because I talk more. Because I'm not, running the board or anything.
Oh, that's right.
That's true.
I can just sit. I'm just looking at the timer. That's all I have to do.
Yeah.
So if you hate me, I'm sorry. Let's see. New voiceover guy. That's 4 words. Unless voiceover is
can
one
put
word.
voiceover
That
as
can be
one.
We'll make
it can
that
be
one word?
a hyphenated word.
Let's see. Sawyer Troy checking in. Beanies in summer.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Although you don't see the beanies as much anymore.
Wool caps. Don't see the wool caps.
Yep, seems to have gone away a bit.
Rock says electronic dance music.
There's a time and place for
Yeah.
it.
Obviously, he's never done ecstasy.
Not a cat.
No,
Not
Not a cat
okay.
checking in.
Yeah,
Yappy purse dogs.
but
Not
not
but it's
a cat.
not a cat.
No.
A cat.
No.
Me getting a haircut? What? Let's see. It's Shua. That's a whole sentence. Let's see. Liz says Trump's publicity stunts. Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Those
Well,
three.
well, where am I supposed to go?
Let's see.
Make a phone call. Write
I
a
don't
letter.
want to talk to people.
Write a letter.
Let's see. Here's someone else saying YouTube kids. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, YouTube's just another TV channel.
You know, you're really, that really is true. I don't have time for more stuff in my life like that. That's
Yeah.
I don't pay any attention much to the YouTube things
No.
that my daughter really likes and my
No, my
youngest
kids
son.
do.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Big Bang Theory, I agree. The word bay,
Yeah.
B-A-E.
Yep.
And skunks outside tent. That's very
That's
specific,
Oh,
but very bad. And they're not popular, though.
no. No, people,
Well,
aren't,
some
people aren't
places,
excited.
some
about it.
places, skunks outside your tent are very popular. There are countries that really enjoy that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to go there. All right, I guess we have to do this thing then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Coming up, we got news. And
I'll be
what
thinking about this.
else? Yes?
Oh, for the Expo.
Yeah. Describe your favorite movie in 5 words. So, like the plot of your favorite movie, and we're going to try to guess them. And then we have a few RSL tickets to give away to a couple people that stump us.
right.
So, be
Okay.
thinking about that. Don't call now for that. But
No,
be
that's
thinking
coming
about
up.
it.
Boner's on the way as well. I got to tell you about FanX, and specifically, this is a weird combination. Geeks
It is.
and the Tour of Utah.
Well, Bill kind of geeks out about biking, so
Yeah.
I can kind of see.
Well, but I'm talking specifically cosplayers.
Oh,
It's just odd.
Yeah, cosplayers. Bring your bike, wear your cosplay, and help set a record at the FanX Tour of Utah Parade. On Friday, meet at the Rio Tinto Kennecott Department of Engineering building located at the University of Utah. Join the parade to Reservoir Park. Check-ins will begin at 10 a.m. and the parade will begin at 11:30. Now, following the parade, you can hang out at the park for entertainment, food, beverages, and a chance to win FanX 2018 tickets and watch the Tour of Utah pro cyclists race by. So it's pretty easy to register for the FanX Tour of Utah Parade. Visit fanxsaltlake.com. You got to register to do this. And you can get your tickets for the con there as well. September 6th through the 8th at the Salt Palace.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
Here's what Carrie and Bill are doing when they're not on the air in the distant future. The year 2525.
Oh, hello, boys.
Oh, hello there, Chunga. It's about time you showed up.
Sorry. Still got about an hour before airtime, though, boys. Thought maybe I'd change the brine in your pickle vats before we start the show.
Yeah, good idea. Mine's kind of reesty and cloudy. I mean, I can barely see you through the glass. Yeah, and my liquid isn't conducting the electrical impulses I need to blink my eyes.
You guys are amazing. I don't know of any other guys in radio who could have lost their bodies to disease, had their heads preserved in vats through the miracle of cryogenic science, and still go on with the show. I bow in the presence of greatness.
Yeah, and if I still had an ass, you'd be kissing it right now, buddy. Hey, come on, leave the kid alone. All right. He won't change the brine before we have to go on the air if you keep insulting him. Hey, any word on when our audio animatronic bodies are going to be ready, Chunga?
Well, I called Disney and they apologized for the mix-up with the last bodies they sent you boys. But Bill, I thought you looked pretty cool with your head on Little Mermaid body.
I wasn't any better off with that body than I am as just a disembodied head in a pickle vat. Who could walk on that tail? Yeah, the Country Bear Jamboree body they sent me was ridiculous. I think Bill and I are going to be much happier when they send the Chip and Dale bodies. God, ain't technology wonderful? You said it, brother. Only here in the year 2525 could two disembodied heads kept alive in pickle vats do a radio show. And still come out to be about number 15 in the ratings.
Do you guys mind if I wait to change your fluid? I gotta go to the head.
The head. Real funny. What a comedian.
What?
Oh, nothing. Hey, watch out. You're jostling my back. Out!
Help, pick me up. I'm going to die.
Hey, now maybe I can get a full-time gig on the Radio from Hell show. I knew someday I'd get ahead.
Get ahead. Now that's funny, Chunga.
Funny.
96, Radio from Hell.
All right, 9:32 right now. We do have your X poll coming up in a few moments, but first, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Rocky Mountain Power. Everything they create is to power your greatness, so keep going and know that they're here for you. Learning more at poweringgreatness.com.
Well, as reported by Sean Patrick Means in the Salt Lake Tribune. Robert Redford, the Sundance Kid, says he's hanging it up.
Well, I think the actual quote was, "I saw my work in Captain America: Winter Soldier, and I decided I'll never be better than that. So might as well quit."
I just want to know
60
if Sean Means is okay.
Yeah, I'm worried about Sean more than anything.
After 60 years of playing outlaws, journalists, and other outsiders, Robert Redford is going to hang up his acting hat, Sean writes. The actor, filmmaker, founder of the Utah-based Sundance Institute, has announced he will retire from acting and that his last movie, The Old Man and the Gun, will be his last movie in front of the camera. It's not to say he won't direct some, but he's 82. He made the announcement in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, posted online on Monday. Never say never, but I pretty well concluded that this would be it for me in terms of acting. I'll move toward retirement after this because I've been doing it since I was 21. And I thought, well, that's just enough. And why not go out with something that's very upbeat and positive? So The Old Man and the Gun is upbeat and positive? I have no idea what it's about. Now, I saw that movie where he was alone on the boat. What was that called? Do you remember? Alone on a Boat.
It was like Castaway, but not Castaway. It was.
Yeah.
It was really good, and he was excellent in it. And he did a lot of stuff that I thought he's a little old to be doing that. I mean, that's tough stuff he's doing there as an actor.
Yeah, The Old Man and the Gun, also starring Elizabeth Moss and Sissy Spacek.
Good cast.
Based on the true story of Forrest Tucker and his audacious escape from San Quentin at the age of 70.
Well, when did they put Forrest Tucker in prison?
To an unprecedented string of heists that confounded authorities and enchanted the public. Well, that's perfect for him.
I'm guessing it's not the same Forrest Tucker that was the actor, right?
Are you thinking of Forrest Whitaker?
No, Forrest Tucker.
Forrest Tucker.
Oh.
Forrest Tucker. F Troop was his big claim to fame, wasn't it? Well, he used to be in movies as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. California wildfires are creating horrible air pollution and burning down the state of California. The state's wild grass fires are becoming the norm. But the change is something that many communities in California can't afford. These wildfires degrade the air quality, and the towns near and far are feeling it. Right now, nearly 20 fires are in California. The Mendocino Complex fire has quickly risen to the state's second largest wildfire in modern history. The still raging and still out of control Carr fire, C-A-R-R fire, meanwhile, is the state's sixth most destructive. Even Yosemite National Park is on fire. If you are near the fire or downwind of the fire, you will be impacted. The smoke billowing out of those fires has been on the move, posing health threats to communities that might not have been worried about the fires at all, but now they're worried about their health because of the smoke.
Man.
And the state of California, in response to Donald Trump, saying these fires are the result of mismanagement of water policies by environmental activists. No, sir, that is not it. It's because of climate change.
Yeah.
And here in Utah, fire down in San Pete County. Hundreds of people were forced to evacuate their homes yesterday, when a wildfire burned down several homes. The fire started at the Black Hawk subdivision near Indianola, spread to the town of Milburn. Everything we've ever grown up with is burning.
Oh.
We've grown up here all of our lives, and to see it burn like this, it's heartbreaking, said resident Jessica Arnoldson. She lives about a quarter of a mile from the fire. Several communities are evacuating, and even more are on standby. The flames appear to have torn through several structures. They've got a whole bunch of homes that are already burned up, a couple of them up there on the hill, said a fire official. The fire had spread 500 acres as of Monday night, and they don't know when they'll get it under control. Well, this is a story that I thought about putting in the Boner candidates, but I didn't. But I'll just give you the thing here. An officer-involved shooting in Parowan, down in Iron County, in June, has been found not justified. So the after an investigation, they said that the officer was not justified in shooting the suspect.
Okay.
However, the officer will not face criminal charges, according to the Iron County Attorney's Office. According to a letter from Iron County Attorney Scott Garrett, to the Enoch City Police Chief that was released Monday, the officer, Jeremy Dunn, did not have any reason to believe that deadly force was needed to stop the woman he shot. While the suspect was armed with a screwdriver and being non-compliant by failing to follow the officer's commands, including multiple commands to drop the screwdriver, it cannot be objectively stated that the officers or anyone else were in any danger of death or serious bodily injury at the exact moment that the lethal force was used. So they had body camera footage.
Okay.
And it shows all this. By the way, the woman was shot in the leg twice and survived.
So
not a fatal shooting.
Oh, okay.
So her name is Yvonne Casimiro, and she was not advancing on the officer when, moments after an unsuccessful attempt to stun her with a taser failed, he pulled out a gun and shot her. Now, he was calm about this. Mm-hmm. And as a matter of fact, he said to another officer that was with him, "You want me, should I do it again like I did last time?"
Well, that says something, doesn't it?
Because he's done this before. He shot a suspect and wounded a suspect before.
Should I do it again like I did last time?
Yeah. The woman doesn't put the screwdriver down when he says, put it down, but she doesn't do it. She turns her back on the cops, as a matter of fact. Dunn says, "You come here with that, I guarantee I'll smoke you." They fire a taser. He fires a taser, says it didn't work. Says, "Okay, that's all I got for the taser." He then takes a deep breath, pulls out his gun, and fires 3 shots without warning. 2 shots struck her in the knee. She dropped to the ground, and But he did say at one point,
"Should I do what
Should I do it like I did last time?"
Yeah, that's pretty damning.
Now, why is it that he's not going to face charges? It is now the Parowan.
How do you know he won't? You said it was deemed not necessary, but
as I began at the beginning of the story, the county officials are not going to press charges.
Okay.
But his fate with the police department is in question. My guess is they'll fire him.
Yeah.
But it seems like criminal charges of some sort.
Yeah, it seems awfully drastic. But.
Yeah. So anyway, a boner update for you. Remember
Yes.
that school superintendent who was pooping on the track?
Yep.
He's a superintendent from another school district, and I think they caught him on camera doing this twice or 3 times.
it's their rivals.
Yeah, and he'd stop and poop on the track at the field of the other school, and he's now going to sue the police for releasing a mugshot of him.
He did it.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's
embarrassed.
He said
now,
that mugshot makes me look bad. I'm scowling and I look like a bad guy, and I'm gonna.
You are a bad guy. You were pooping.
Yeah. Also, those are public record.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
sorry.
Too bad. And another quick boner update: the lemonade stand robbery, the boner from yesterday. They still haven't caught the suspect, the teenager who robbed at gunpoint the 9-year-old kid's lemonade stand. But the cops say they do have DNA evidence from one of the lemonade cups, and they think they're going to be able
Can just see him
to get him.
CSI picking it up with tweezers and putting it in a plastic
I think
bag.
this is an excellent bluff.
You do?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't think they have the DNA.
Oh, you think
I
they're
think
trying
this
to
is
get
an
him to come
excellent bluff.
forward?
They want to get him to come forward. Well, they're going to catch me anyway.
Yeah.
You won't be in as much trouble if you
plus-
turn yourself in.
Is this kid's DNA on file somewhere to match with?
Well,
Carrie, you're ruining it. Stop.
I'm sorry.
Rick Gates, political operative who worked on President Donald Trump's presidential campaign, admitted in federal court yesterday that he committed crimes alongside former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort. Gates has already pled guilty to several charges.
It's pleaded. It should be pled, but it's pleaded.
It's pleaded, yeah. Pleaded guilty to several charges. He's now turned on his former boss, Paul Manafort, and said, "No, I helped him hide all this money from the IRS. And by the way, the big bombshell was, and I also stole from him. I stole money from Paul Manafort."
Which the defense is going to use. I'm kind of surprised that he said that, because they're going to say, look at what a bad guy he is.
No,
Paul Manafort didn't know about any of this.
No, they wanted it out before.
Yeah.
the defense could bring it up because then it's a surprise.
Oh.
You know, nope, it's all out here on the table.
He said, no, I admit it.
Yeah.
I was a bad dude, to help Paul Manafort do these crimes, and I'm a bad dude because I stole from him too. I admit that, and so you can believe what I say. And then so all of this, all of these trials, and all of this stuff that's going on, and all of the spokespeople, the fronts for Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, all of these people going out to speak on his behalf, these people are getting paid. They're not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. So who's paying them?
The American people?
Where? No, that would be quickly found out, and that would be.
Would it be the campaign? Would it be the GOP?
Because that's the American people, sort of.
So here is the New York Post saying deep-pocketed donors in the energy, real estate, and casino industries
seems legit.
contributing to a legal defense fund to help President Trump pay his allies' legal bills resulting from the Fed's investigation into the Russian election meddling. The fund, known as the Patriot Legal Expense Fund Trust,
that sounds important,
was launched in February 2018. It's raised only about $200,000 at this point, a tiny fraction of what the total bills could amount to, though through the end of June, the top donor to the fund was someone named Jeff Palmer, a Los Angeles real estate tycoon and one of Trump campaign's biggest financial backers. So and then there's a casino mogul who's also donated. So there is a fund there, and the prediction is that more and more money will start flowing into it as needed. Let's see. We have any more time at all?
A minute.
I don't know if we have time to get into this story. I love this story about the, let me find it here. This is about Miss Lobster. I can't find it, so I better not do it. Sorry.
Miss Lobster?
Yeah, she's the Lobster Festival queen in Maine. Damn it. And she's 18 years old, but pictures have come up. There she is, Miss Maine Sea Goddess. And she looks like a lovely young woman, doesn't she? Well, some pictures of her have surfaced holding a marijuana joint and vaping. And so they're going to strip her.
She's besmirched the name of Maine Sea Goddess?
The Maine Sea Goddess title. They're going to take that away from her. I feel horrible for her because it was a youthful indiscretion.
Do you want to give her the Radio from Hell Sea Goddess title and let her
Should we get a hold of her?
That?
Maybe we should get a hold of her and say, listen.
You can be our sea goddess.
We need a sea goddess.
We don't have a sea.
Sure we do.
We need a sea.
We get the Great Salt Lake.
We got the Great Salt Lake.
That's
the
a sea.
You can be the Maine brine shrimp sea goddess. Her name is Taylor Hamlin, and she was stripped of her crown because festival officials received troubling social media photos of her. So you know what happened.
The runner-up.
That a disgruntled runner-up or one of her enemies from high school said, well, I know. She's got pictures of her smoking a joint and using a vaping device.
Taylor.
But Maine Lobster Festival director Shannon Kinney said, I won't comment on the nature of the photos that we received, but they are not in keeping with the Maine Sea Goddess title.
It's a very prestigious title.
Maine Lobster Festival Crown Princess Erin Dugan will assume the duties of the Maine Sea Goddess.
I suspect Erin is behind all of this.
I think
Some kind of pipe.
I think you may be.
So you've been smoking hot?
Poor girl.
Yes.
All right, that's it.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Why wait for a special occasion when you can celebrate at the Melting Pot every day? Enjoy cheese and chocolate at the bar or reserve a table for 4-course experiences at the Melting Pot. Let's see. We've got the Royals will be playing 8 o'clock tomorrow night. That's a home game, so you can go to that one. And then Real Salt Lake versus Montreal Impact Saturday, August 11th at Rio Tinto Stadium. Kick for that is at 8 p.m. You can get tickets for both of those games at rsl.com. Weather is going to be a lot like yesterday, so it's not crazy hot. It's actually pretty cool this morning. It was kind of nice walking out to my car this morning. 62 right now, and we'll get up to about 90, but we're still dealing with the bad, smoky weather. So probably stay inside today if you don't have to be outside. And I say that every day, no matter what the air quality is.
If you need to exercise, which people do, don't do it outside.
Yeah. Crash on 5400 South, 5600 West. All eastbound lanes are blocked. Traffic is being diverted north and south, and one southbound lane is blocked as well. So that's a major issue there. All eastbound lanes are still blocked there. It says they're getting ready to clean it up. The emergency vehicles are on the scene. If you've been hurt in a car accident, call Benson & Benson. You deserve lawyers with experience that will fight hard to get you the money you deserve. Benson & Benson, 801-889-1644.
All right, the Radio from Hell X-Poll.
Brought to you by Elevate Your Summer at Snowbird, offering daily activities like the aerial tram, mountain coaster, and all-new Woodward Rectangle. Pre-purchase your all-day activity pass at snowbird.com.
So we're going to make a little contest out of the X-Poll this time. The phone number to call is 877-602-9696. And just call and tell us the plot of your favorite movie, or describe your favorite movie in 5 words or less.
Now,
and we'll be strict about that, 5 words or less.
Now, if you stump us, we've got Real Salt Lake tickets to give away. And we might have some other prizes to give away. It just depends on...
We have at least 4 prizes.
Mm-hmm.
At least 4.
A couple of them came into our Facebook page, our Radio from Hell Facebook page. Carrie, you'll get it.
Okay.
Really ties the room together.
Oh, Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
Here. How about Paranoia, Mashed Potatoes, Aliens?
Close Encounters.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Flashdance. No,
No.
I mean Footloose.
No.
One of those stupid movies.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. I knew it was one of those dumb movies.
I don't know this one. Wholesome Mother's Hilarious Kill Spree.
Serial Mom?
I think that's it.
See, this is why people need to call
877-602-9696.
Because these are just, Facebook posts that have come in, and so we don't know.
Yeah.
We're just guessing.
I'm just guessing it's Serial Mom. That sounds about right. Let's see. Justin is here. Hello, Justin.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, Justin. 5 words or less.
Okay. Wrongfully convicted man becomes crook.
Becomes crook. The Fugitive?
But he's not really a crook.
But he does not.
He's just is
No.
trying to prove that he was innocent.
Well, yeah. I mean, that fits, though, because he becomes a crook when he goes on the run. Is that what it is, Justin?
It's not.
Well, that's too bad. It's close enough.
Well, no.
What is the movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
How does he become a crook, though? He
helps him launder money.
Well, but he's not a wrongfully convicted man. He killed the guy.
Justin, I think you need to give us a prize.
I think you need to watch the movie again.
You missed something, Justin.
He he walked in on his wife and a guy in bed with her, and he...
No, he didn't. I think you just got to rewatch the movie.
What?
He didn't kill anyone.
Yes,
he was convicted for it at the beginning, but he didn't kill him.
Can we get a ruling on this?
We need.
Because I'll be honest with you, I've only seen it once, and it was ages ago. I'm not one of those people that watch it every time that it's on, and it's always on, like TBS or some.
Now somebody here says he did not kill his wife.
Not as.
No, he killed the other. He killed the guy.
He killed the guy, not his wife.
No, he didn't kill anyone.
Well, Gina, look up the plot of the movie real quick. We're gonna put you on hold.
We're gonna put you on hold. We got to get a ruling on this one.
We need
all
to.
right?
Hang on.
Need some Shawshank fans to
go to
let us know. Sean, hello, Sean.
Morning.
Go ahead.
Cab driver defeats ultimate evil.
Cab driver defeats ultimate evil.
Ultimate evil.
Cab driver.
Was it? It's not Taxi Driver.
No, it's not.
Because he's the bad guy. He doesn't defeat evil. He is
in
the
his
evil.
mind, he did.
Cab
driver.
I know the one you're talking about.
Mary, this one's for you.
I know the one you're talking about.
Cab driver.
I can't get it.
Okay, you win. What is it, Sean?
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. He is a cab driver in that.
That's your favorite movie? You shouldn't get a prize if that's your favorite movie. That's a terrible movie.
I think it's the best movie ever made. I'm sorry.
That movie is kind of entertaining for about 35 or 40 minutes, and then it just goes off the rails.
All right,
hang on. You get a prize.
And apparently,
that's Sean.
Apparently, there's a huge online debate about whether he actually killed anybody or not in the Shawshank.
It's somehow up in the air?
I didn't, when I saw it,
Right.
didn't seem to be up in the air for me.
Justin, here's what we're learning is that in the book he killed, but in the movie he was innocent. Is what Deborah Jensen is saying, and I trust Deborah Jensen.
Well, that's then he gets the prize.
Then he gets the prize.
Yeah.
All right, well, hang on, Justin. We'll get to you. Tasha is here. Hello, Tasha.
I'm not very good at this so far.
I know, right?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. My name is Anika Montoya.
Well, that's
Well,
that's not even
Princess
fair.
Bride. That's
Yeah.
But thanks for giving us.
What I could think of.
Well, thanks for giving us an easy.
Yeah,
one,
we
though.
needed a win.
Yeah.
Moving along. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Let's see, Jimmy Martin up early, who sent in, let's see, this is a good one. Son avoids kissing his mom.
Well, that's Back to the Future.
Yeah. Now we're getting, this whole, he opened up a whole nest with this whole Shawshank Redemption thing. Now that's all I'm getting instead of, people.
Apparently it's
people
up for debate.
participating. Yeah.
There are all these Reddit boards and things.
He didn't kill anyone. Get with it. It's a classic, damn it. All right.
Let's go to another one. Let's go to Henry. Hello, Henry.
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead, Henry.
I'm sorry, the phone connection is a little weird. But it's not Christmas this time.
It's what?
I can't hear you, Henry.
Say it again.
It's not Christmas this time.
It's not Christmas this time.
The Santa Claus.
Yeah, I think that this one's, you got to give us a little something here.
It's not Christmas this time. Well, it's did
Is it
somebody?
Die Hard 2?
Ooh.
Die Hard 3? Die Hard 4?
One of the Die Hards that's not at
Diehards.
Christmas.
It was Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh.
Oh, okay. There you go. We
There you
get
go.
that one.
All right.
Get off the phone, Henry. Weirdo.
All right. Well,
we're terrible at this.
No, we're not.
How many more prizes do we have?
2 more prizes.
2 more prizes? Okay, we'll
When we come
continue
back.
with the X poll. In 5 words, describe your favorite movie to us, and if we can guess it, then you'll get a prize. While the prizes last, all right? Because we're clearly bad at this game. All right.
You know what? We're not.
Well,
you got track.
I have a
check-
little
you want to do a little
traffic.
traffic?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Crash on 5400 South, 5600 West is in the final cleanup stages, but all eastbound lanes remain blocked and all of the directions at the intersection are being affected. If you've been hurt in an accident, call Benson & Benson. You deserve lawyers with experience that will fight hard to get you the money you deserve. Benson & Benson, 801-889-1644.
Bull Durham.
Well, that's the title. That's...
What? Steffi. I was. She's in the
you're
chat.
yelling.
Yeah,
I
I was
don't
yelling
know
at
what-
the
You're
chat.
playing
Yeah.
the game in your head.
Mentoring a young dumb pitcher.
Yeah.
Bull Durham.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
But you know what I'm also doing in my head is thinking, do I need new tires yet or not?
Well, go to
I can't remember.
Big O Tires.
Yeah, they put a little. My guys at the Big O Tire store on Second East and South Temple. They put the little, rotate or change your tire thing sticker on the. But I can't read it anymore. It's.
Go in there. They'll tell
Well,
you.
they'll tell you. They'll
Yeah.
measure it. They can.
I need to. I just realized I need to do that. Tires, Big O Tires. I have that on all of my cars, both of my cars, which would be a set of 8 tires. And right now, Big O Tires anniversary. I just parenthetically here. Let me remind you, they are the team that you can trust.
Well, sure.
Big O Tires. It's their anniversary. And so they always offer the lowest price on tires every day. But right now, $100 off Big O brand tires through August 26th. Big O is more than just tires. They do brakes, shocks, struts, alignments, oil changes, all of that. Locally owned and operated. Stop by any one of the 40 Utah locations. There are coupons available at their website, bigotires.com.
You better get your ass to the X96 Toyota Big Ass Show, Saturday, September 1st at the Gallivan Center.
Now, Carrie, Bill, and Gina have a big fancy studio in beautiful downtown Salt Lake. And they still find things to bitch about. X96.
All right. Let's continue the X poll, shall we, as a sponsor?
It's, yeah, sure. What's better after LASIK pool parties? Call Hoops Vision today for $800 off your all laser LASIK procedure. Get ready to take the plunge. Call and schedule today. Now we're doing the X poll about your favorite film. Describe it in 5 words or less. The plot, and all of the. You're gonna have to be better than this. More than meets the eye. Carrie.
Well, Transformers.
What's wrong with being sexy?
It's a Spinal Tap.
Infertile couple borrow furniture air.
Raising Arizona.
Princess wants to go sailing. Moana.
Okay, see, I haven't seen
Game over, man!
Aliens.
Angry bride takes revenge on gang.
I don't know any of
it's
these.
Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to be better than that to stump us.
I've seen all of those
You
movies.
seen
I
them?
just don't. I've seen all of them. I just.
I knew Carrie would get all of those.
It's like-
877-602-9696. If you stump us, we still have a few RSL tickets we can give you, and we have a couple other prizes too.
It's weird. I'm not good at trivia games, even though I've seen them. I don't. My mind just doesn't.
But when
click
Carrie
like
says that, do you
I
go, "Oh, yeah."
sure, yeah." I go, "Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's right."
Now we have Googled Shawshank.
Yeah.
Andy Dufresne is sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison for the murders of his wife and
Yeah.
her lover and is sentenced to a tough prison.
Yeah.
However, only Andy knows he didn't commit the crimes.
He did not. Okay.
So, thank you, Sue.
All right.
Sue's out there doing research for
Okay.
it. While I'm working and while she's working, she's also doing research for it.
Good. We
All
should
right.
pay her.
We should. Michael. Hi, Michael.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Fine, Michael. What is 5 words or less your favorite movie?
111 years ago, when I was 7 years old.
It's already more than 5 words.
Yeah, that's already more than 5 words, so you don't win.
Thank you.
No,
No,
go
but
ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
We're just kidding you.
Did he leave? Oh no, we
I
were
guess
just
he
kidding.
No, I'm still here.
Oh.
Okay,
go
well
ahead.
then continue.
Go ahead, Michael. We were just funning you. Go ahead.
Well, 111 years ago, when I was 7 years old, I was a human being.
AI. No, but
What-
like
but the-
AI.
But that's still
It's still more than 5 words.
So I
So,
Well, okay. Well, I'm trying to give you just a little bit. How about the actor? That may help you.
Okay.
Dustin Hoffman.
He's playing his own
it's
game
it's
here.
it's Little Big Man. You're not. Yeah.
He's playing his own
Thank
game.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye bye. You're not playing the game properly.
He was playing his
I
game.
know, Mo. Hello, Mo.
Hi, Mo.
Go ahead.
Good morning, lords and ladies.
Hi.
Thanks for letting me eat here. How
Yeah.
about brain surgeon saves the world?
Brain surgeon
Brain surgeon.
saves the world.
Brain surgeon saves the world.
Wouldn't be the man with 2 brains, would it?
No,
Oh, close.
close.
The man with 3 brains.
Brain surgeon saves the world.
Even closer.
Doctor Strange?
No. How about the Buckaroo Banzai,
Across the third ventures across the 3rd dimension or 12th dimension or whatever.
the 10th dimension?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you got us.
Adventures
All right.
of the Buckaroo Banzai.
All
Okay.
right. I forgot he was a brain surgeon.
Hold on, Richie. I'll get you a prize.
All right.
I've seen that movie.
Put you on hold. Yeah, I've seen that too. I forgot he was a brain surgeon. Greg. Hi, Greg.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right. Kids' quest for dead body.
Stand by
Stand
me.
by me.
Okay. Very good.
Good.
That's good.
Good.
No, that's
Okay.
that's the way we should be
Yeah.
playing the game.
Yeah, where we win.
Where we win. Mark, hi. Go ahead.
Hi guys. Our simple guy becomes the special.
Becomes what?
The special.
The special.
The special.
Simple guy.
Simple guy becomes
the special.
Eating Raoul.
You're just saying things now. Simple guy.
Well, he was Raoul, and then he became the special of the day.
No, I don't know. I give up. Are you?
I
What is
Yes.
I have no idea.
We give up.
The Lego Movie.
Simple guy becomes the special.
Emmett becomes the special.
No, yeah, other people are
That's
guessing it
what
in
they
the
call
chat
it
room.
Okay.
too.
All
That
right.
must be, yeah.
All
People
right.
guessed it in the chat
Okay.
room, so. All right.
Hold on, we'll get you a prize.
Hang on. I think we're out of prizes, though,
Is that
right?
it for prizes, Richie? Yes,
That's it for prizes. All right.
But you
so
can still call.
now you're just playing for fun. All right. Benno?
You're just playing to make us look bad.
Yeah. Benno, go ahead.
Benno.
Bailed right out there.
What?
Hello? Benno?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, if you speak, yeah, go ahead.
You bailed right out there.
Sorry, Benno. Can't hear you very
We can't.
I don't, yeah. Sorry, Benno.
Your phone's cutting
Yeah,
out.
you're either a poor speaker or your phone sucks. I don't know. MJ, hi.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Go ahead.
So mine is Wizard Falls for Old Lady.
Wizard or lizard?
Wizard.
Wizard Falls for
I
old.
thought she said lizard.
Because I had an angle there with lizard. But
Wizard Falls for old. It's Mamma Mia.
No.
No.
Wizard Falls for Old
Which
Lady.
one?
Wizard.
Wizard Falls for Old Lady.
Well, it's not a Harry Potter thing.
No.
It is not a Harry Potter thing.
Mamma Mia,
That
here
would
we
be
go
too
again.
easy.
Wizard Falls for Old Lady?
What is it?
What is
What?
it? What?
Do you want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
It's called Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, go obscure, why don't you?
I've seen that, but I
You've
never
seen it. I've not. Yeah.
I never would have.
All
Well,
right.
you're
MJ.
terrible at this game. so-
Thank you. Jeremy.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Video game player saves galaxy.
Oh, Last Starfighter.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Dale, hi.
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 I have one for you.
Okay, go
Couple
ahead.
murdered, bird wants revenge.
Couple murdered. Bird wants revenge?
Yes.
Bird?
Yes.
Bird? Couple murdered. Bird
I don't
wants
know.
revenge? No idea. Go ahead.
The crow.
Oh.
Well, he's not a bird.
You guys have terrible taste in movies. That's what this is.
He's
the
not
last
a bird.
Star.
Well, he's a crow.
He's
the crow.
The bird brings him
But
back.
he's not.
He's not a.
Yeah,
he's
the
not
bird
an
brings
actual
him
bird.
back. He's not an actual bird. You guys got to be better at the clues.
Well, let's-
Chantel.
Yes.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
The moment I wake up.
The moment I wake up.
The moment I wake
The moment I wake up.
Put on my makeup. My best friend's wedding.
Happy
Yes.
Dead. Oh, really?
Yes.
What is it?
My best friend's wedding. Gina.
I don't even. That's a
Gina's,
movie.
Gina's declaring victory.
I
Thank
think we
you,
stop
Chantel.
here.
You think it's a good place to stop?
Yes.
That's
All
a
right.
movie.
My best friend's wedding.
Huh. So what this tells me is that our audience and Gina have terrible taste in movies. My best friend's wedding. Because we said your favorite movie. How could that be your favorite
It
movie?
could be some people's favorite. It's a Julia Roberts movie,
How
Bill.
could it be someone's
How
favorite
could it
movie?
not be?
Nobody had the best one, though.
What?
Mayor successfully keeps beaches open.
Yay!
For a while.
Because that's the plot.
Jaws.
Oh, you want traffic, do you?
Sure.
The crash on 5400 South at 56 West is in the final cleanup stages, but all eastbound lanes are still blocked, and all other directions at the intersection are still being affected. But they're getting a handle on it, so should be better soon. The Tour of Utah welcomes the world's best cyclist to America's toughest stage race course going on now. Details at tourofutah.com.
See, now for Jaws, I would have said, we found the Kittner boy.
That's
That's Jaws, you know.
That's good,
Let's see, Boners Round 1 coming up. Here are your titles. Number 1 is How to Tip Like a Dick. Number 2, Parkour on a Power Line. What could go wrong? And number 3, Please, Donald, help. They're out to get me.
All right, we've got your boners round 1 and big boy news and a pinuendo all coming up after these.
Need somebody to help with your car?
Excel Automotive Repair.
Is it not doing well? Is it running sluggish?
It makes a weird noise.
Or do you just need service? Excel Automotive Repair, those are the guys to do it. If your car's making a weird noise, take it in there. If it just needs regular service, take it in. Excel Automotive Repair will always give you the straight scoop on what needs to be done. They'll do it fairly, quickly, and right.
I've had both things happen there. I've taken my car in and said, it's making a funny noise, and they go out and drive it, and they go, it's fine.
Don't worry about
There's
it.
nothing. I'm like, really? There's no, it's, and I've also taken it in, and they go, we really should fix this thing. You can trust them.
Excel Automotive Repair on the corner of 33rd South and 3rd East. Steve and Richard and Kip and that one mechanic whose name I can never remember, but he has some cool tattoos. These guys will work on your car and do it right. So take it to XL Automotive Repair. We trust them, and I think you should too. 33rd South, 3rd East, XL Automotive Repair.
AWOL Nation.
CART. Spell it with me now. C-A-R-T. And now we'll use it in some dialogue featuring our two Utah friends, LeVar and LeGrand. Come join the boys now as they drive the highways and byways of our great city, Salt Lake. LeGrand is driving. His friend LeVar is an unwilling passenger. Again, the Utah word is CART. Listen, Mr. Elder LeGrand R. Dunn Jr., I appreciate you driving me to my appointment and all, but you're scaring me to death with the way you're handling this automobile. I think we may die before we get there.
I've been driving this Reliant K car without so much as a fender bender for 8 years now, Lamore. I don't think you have no room to talk about how I drive. Watch out where you're going, you flipping fool!
There, you see, LeGrand, that's just what I mean right there. You cut in front of that guy there, almost rammed into him, and then you honk and yell. It was your fault.
The gall-danged mother flipper saw me signal and just wouldn't move out in the way. He should have moved out in the way.
Look, why don't you just pull over and let me behind the wheel of the K before you give us both ulcers?
Because you haven't a driver's license at this particular junction of time and space. You cannot legally drive. That's why we're driving to the traffic cart, to meet your liar. I have my doubts whether you will get it back, though. You run over a person in a pedestrian crosswalk. Well, the cart isn't going to look on that very favorably.
First off, I didn't run over nobody. I just knocked the guy down. Hell, he jumped right back up, started yelling bloody murder at me, and then it was me that was the one who calmed him down and helped him find most of his teeth. And second off, I fired my liar. He said the best he could do was keep me out of the state pen and in the county lock. He weren't no help at all. So I will represent myself in CART.
Well, you know what they say, LeVar. A man who serves as his own liar in CART has a dipstick for a client.
Oh, come on now. Whoever said that?
Smartest liar ever.
Who, F.G. Bailey? Or that Melvin Belly? Maybe it was that Lehigh McKenzie from L.A. Law.
Nope. The smartest liar ever was Perry Mason. Never lost a case in CART.
He was good. Hey, do you ever look at his secretary, that Deli Street, and have impure thoughts?
Yeah, when I was a kid. When I confessed to my church leaders, I was afraid they'd haul me into the bishop's cart.
602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 7:20 right now, and it is time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will listen to all 3 of these stories, and then you will decide which one of the 3 is the worst, and therefore most qualified to go forward to Boner Fight to get the chance to become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, it's just the round 1 winner, round 1 champion. It's
You get nothing for that.
It's not Boner of the Day yet. It has to go into a Boner Fight and defeat the winner of round 2's Boner voting. Yes, we do this again at 8:20. 3 more news stories. And we'll take the winner of each round. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. That's when you will decide Boner of the Day. So get comfy. You've got your work cut out for you. 2 stories now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to go see our good friends at Gracie's.
Here's Boner candidate number 1. How to tip like a dick. Now, I don't know if anybody really did this initially, but you can be sure that there will be people who will think it's a good idea and do it.
No, I've heard of people doing this.
Really?
Yeah.
So, in the restaurant world, if you are a server, there's nothing worse than a bad tipper. Well, how about a bad tipper who dangles a few measly bucks in front of servers as an incentive for good service? On Thursday, someone named Mark Arum, who's a newscaster for WSB-TV, tweeted out about a now viral Facebook post from someone who allegedly boasted about their success using a certain tipping trick. As a former waiter, please don't ever do this, ever, Arum wrote. His recent post has been retweeted over 500 times, so forth. The tipping hack surfaced from social media uproar back in 2016. It involves putting a total of $5, regardless of how much the bill is for your meal, total of $5 in singles on the restaurant table when you are seated. So you put 5 singles down on the table and you say to the server, you will get the best, and he says, if you do this, you'll get the best service of your life.
No, he says don't say anything to them.
No, don't say anything to them, but if you do this, you will get the best service of your life. So you put the money down, and if the server makes a mistake, you pick up $1. And if they make another mistake, you pick up another $1. You will receive the best service of your life. The waitress kept looking at us as if she was confused, but she played her cards right, did a great job, and she got the whole $5.
Again, regardless of how much the
Yeah.
bill is.
Got the whole $5.
That could either be a good tip or a really crummy tip, depending on. This is terrible.
It's awful. And I heard some people were talking about it yesterday, and it was Jimmy Kimmel interviewing Shaquille O'Neal, and he said, I tip in a very unusual way. And Jimmy Kimmel said, how do you tip? And he said, I ask at the end of the meal, I say, what do you think your tip should be? And then I give them that. And Jimmy Kimmel said, really? He said, what? He said, what's the most you've ever given? And he said, this young woman looked at me and said, $4,000. And I said, okay.
Really?
Yeah. She said her mouth dropped open and she said, he said, no, that's okay. 4,000, you got it. And she said, but you just paid my rent for 2 months. He was very,
really?
he thought that was great. Kimmel rightfully said, by doing this, you are now you can't go out to eat anymore. Yeah.
But if you had that kind of money, though, wouldn't you do that? Well, not all the time, but once in a while.
Sure.
Wouldn't that be fun to do for
I don't
somebody?
have that kind of money, and I do it.
No. There's a couple of things. First of all, if someone did do this to me and I was the waiter, I would certainly spit in their food.
Yeah.
Secondly, apparently this is a bit from Third Rock from the Sun.
Really?
And also apparently a talk show that happens before noon on another radio station talked about this, and the male host thought it was a great idea.
I heard that discussion. Yes. His name starts with a D.
Yeah.
So this is how to tip like a dick.
Yep.
This is, I guess this is surfaced before then if it came from Third Rock to the Sun. But but people will do it.
Oh yeah, because it's out on social media now.
Just tip nicely for people unless you have really horrible service.
Or like if you're in a foreign country like I was in Costa Rica, nobody knows me there.
Yeah, but tip 20% unless it's really horrible. They make $2 an hour.
That's boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. Parkour on a power line. What could go wrong? Well, what could go wrong is being shocked by 7,000 volts of electricity. That's what happened to a guy who scaled a building and attempted to walk on a Florida power and light power pole in downtown West Palm Beach. Police said the unidentified man, along with 2 other people, arrived in downtown West Palm Beach with the intention to train for parkour, which, if you don't know what it is, includes running and climbing and jumping. Police said that the 3 subjects, 3 of them, climbed a metal pole at the rear of a building on a street in West Palm Beach, got onto the roof of the building, then walked along the rooftop. The victim then attempted to walk on a Florida Power and Light power pole. During his attempt, he touched a live wire and immediately received 7,620 volts of electricity through his body. The people who were with him told police there was an explosion, a white light, and he disappeared. The 2 other people climbed down off the building and found the victim in an alley. He was breathing but unresponsive. No word yet on his condition. Boner candidate number 2, parkour on a power line. What could go wrong? Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Please, Donald, you got to help me. They're out to get me.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 1, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Come see what's new at Del Taco, like the $1 chicken quesadilla snacker. It's loaded with freshly grilled chicken, hand-grated cheddar cheese. Del Taco, the fresh Mexican grill. Price and participation may vary.
Sean Weiss is headed back to jail.
Sean Weiss?
Sean Weiss. You know, Goldberg and the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, this was a sad mugshot. Oh, we have it.
Oh, there it is.
There he is. I wish you had the other picture, Dylan. There's one
picture of him as a kid.
Of a kid when he was in the Mighty Ducks. 38-year-old former child star. 38-year-old former child star was arrested Saturday. Wow. He was arrested for being under the influence of drugs, transported and booked into the Butte County Jail, arrested for intoxication only, and no further criminal proceedings desired at this time. But
he looks like he's been under the influence of drugs for quite a while.
Well, let's see. He's 38. He was probably in the Mighty Ducks at the age of what?
10 or
12 or something?
12, so
yeah,
probably since he was about 13, he's been involved with drugs. The largest wildfire in California history, tearing through trees and brush, rampaging up hillsides and burning neighborhoods. The place names changed, but the devastation is showing signs of becoming the new normal in California. On Monday, twin fires being treated as one incident in the just north of San Francisco, became the largest wildfire in state history. It's destroyed 443 square miles, nearly the size of the city of Los Angeles. The Mendocino Complex fire, still growing as it broke the record set last December. The Thomas Fire killed 2 people and burned 440 square miles. The Mendocino Complex, which they say is about 30% contained, has been less destructive to property than some of the other wildfires in the state because it's mostly raging in remote areas, but officials say it does threaten 11,300 buildings, and some new evacuations were ordered over the weekend as the flames spread. More than 1,400 firefighters battling more than a dozen fires throughout California. And, of course, here in Utah, still fires burning, a new one down in the Santaquin area, and then I don't know how the Box Elder fire, I think that's still burning up in the northern part of the state.
It is.
So. A Kearns couple killed over the weekend in a motorcycle accident. Man and his wife, Kenny Mountier, and his wife Aubrey, they just apparently going around a turn too fast. Motorcycle, and they leave behind 4 kids.
Oh, geez.
4 kids. And the reason this has popped up, these motorcycle accidents happen, but it's popped up because there have been 3 motorcycle accidents recently, since Thursday, claiming a total of 5 lives. And so it's the police kind of bring this up and say,
It's a reminder
look,
for everybody.
Look, we're not saying don't ride motorcycles, but please be aware that this can be very dangerous. I mean, 20-year-old guy in Orem going 70 miles an hour crashed into the back of an SUV. Wasn't paying attention. Thursday, 2 motorcycle riders who were headed to Sturgis for the big rally there were killed outside of Kanab when a truck plowed into them just after they'd stopped on US 89 to turn around. So there's been a spike in the number of motorcycle fatalities this year, and the state is currently on pace for a record number of deaths from motorcycle accidents in a single year. So let's, just be aware that when you are riding your motorcycle, and I used to ride all the time, Carrie used to ride all the time, just ride like somebody's about to kill me. Somebody's going to run me down.
I always imagined that I was invisible.
Yeah.
When I rode, I just pretended that no one can see me. I'm invisible. So,
let's see now. Oh, a company in Russia that mines and sells asbestos. There's a giant asbestos mine in the Ural Mountains.
Why are we still doing that?
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Is marketing its wares with President Trump's image on the packaging, according to photos it posted on social media, citing former EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt as well as Trump's outspoken support for asbestos. The company, Ural's Best, posted photos of the pallets of asbestos adorned with the seal with Trump's face in the center on its Facebook page in June. Approved by Donald Trump, 45th President of the United States, the seal reads. Why, you ask, Gina?
I did ask why.
One of the most dangerous construction-related carcinogens is now legally allowed back into the United States.
What?
Yep.
Manufacturing under a new rule by the Environmental Protection Agency.
Yep.
On June 1, the EPA authorized SNUR, Significant New Use Rule, which allows new products containing asbestos to be created on a case-by-case basis. According to environmental advocates, this new rule gives chemical companies the upper hand in creating new uses for such harmful products in the United States. In May, the EPA released a report detailing its new framework for evaluating the risk of its top prioritized substances. The report says that the agency will no longer consider the effect or essence of substances in the air, ground, or water in its risk assessments.
Don't tell me things like this.
The EPA.
I don't need any. I don't need any more.
So
this is real?
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
That could include some crayons, apparently, according to a guy in the chat room.
The agency will now reevaluate hundreds of potentially toxic chemicals to see whether they should face new restrictions or be removed from the market. Asbestos, once seen as a magical mineral, was widely used in building installation, until it was banned in most countries in the 70s because it was causing people's lungs to deteriorate.
It's dangerous.
You breathe it in. If it gets loose
particles,
and you breathe it in and it gets in your lungs, you're doomed.
You will
There's
die.
nothing they can do. They're like, sorry.
Well, not according to Trump's EPA. You're going to be fine.
And the huge Russian asbestos mine is really happy with this new regulation.
The ones with Trump's face on it.
You know, the Russians.
Yeah.
Russians.
Donald Trump is the president. Donald Trump is the president. It's Donald Trump the president.
And sorry, go ahead.
So I told you about the the Maine Lobster Festival and the Maine Sea Goddess controversy.
Yes. Is there an update?
Things have gotten uglier.
Oh,
apparently.
no.
Organizers of one of Maine's highest profile summer events who decided to strip a lobster pageant winner of her title over online photos said Monday they're dealing with death threats and backlash.
Oh, no.
There she is, Maine Sea Goddess. 2018 Maine Lobster Festival Sea Goddess was dethroned after she was crowned because of what organizers describe as photos of her inappropriate behavior. They showed 18-year-old pageant winner Taylor Hamlin holding a marijuana cigarette and a vaping device. But since then, people involved in organizing the festival have received everything from mocking comments on Facebook to death threats, said Celia Knight, a member of the Volunteer Executive Committee. Knight and others also believe that more local residents stayed away from the event, which typically attracts tens of thousands of people because of ill will. It has become brutal, said Knight.
Wait a minute, I'm stuck on attracts tens of thousands of people. I don't know if I believe that.
Gina, there's not much in Maine except lobster. The Lobster Fest wrapped up on August 5th, and festival organizers said that the crown was handed to Aaron Dugan because Ms. Hamlin stepped down as the sea goddess. Police set up a contingency plan. Because there was word that protesters were going to try and block the lobster parade.
Oh, no.
But that didn't happen, thank God. Yeah, the Lobster Festival can attract people from more than a dozen countries. What? 16 this year. The festival includes a parade, live music, and 20,000 pounds of lobster meat, and the Sea Goddess pageant, which is one of its marquee events.
Oh,
I had no idea.
Well, there you go.
Weather, traffic?
Okay, well, a lot like yesterday. It's actually kind of cool outside right now, 62, and we'll get up to around 90, and we are still extra smoky, so don't go outside. Just look at the beautiful red sunset from inside your house later today. Traffic, we've got typical rush hour delays along the I-15 corridor. Northbound, seeing slowage from Bangor Highway to 72nd South and Midvale, and southbounders will stop and go between Layton and Kaysville, but no accidents to report there, so let's keep that going for the rest of the morning, why don't we? For all of your car's big oh no's, there's always big oh yes, like getting great deals on the best tire brands. Right now, save $100 on sets of 4 Big O brand tires with paid installation. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Come on, Donald, you got to help me. They're out to get me. Now that Alex Jones has been banned from YouTube, Facebook, and iTunes, which is pretty much where his audience is, those 3 places, the right-wing conspiracy theorist is reaching out for help from President Donald Trump. On Monday, Alex Jones begged Donald Trump to help him get back on the social media platforms with a monologue that alternately praised the president while claiming that social media ban is part of a globalist conspiracy theory against him. At no time did Jones mention the reason the websites gave for permanently removing him, because he violated their policies on graphic violence and hate speech. You know, he's the Sandy Hook conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
That the children that were shot at Sandy Hook, those were just actors.
Crisis actors.
Yeah. Crisis actors.
Parents are making it up.
He's going clear back to the bombing of the Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma. That was a conspiracy. That was the government behind that. 9/11, government conspiracy. This is Alex Jones. Jones, though, has blamed globalists and the Chinese for being removed from Facebook and all the other social media platforms. He also suggested that the president, Donald Trump, make the ban against him a major campaign issue in 2018. If you come out before the midterms and make censorship the big issue of them trying to steal the election, and if you make the fact that we need an internet bill of rights and antitrust busting on these companies, if they don't back off right now, Jones said. He insisted that his self-serving request was the right thing to do. I know it's crazy, but it's crazy if you understand what's going on in the world. Look, so all of you people out there who say, how can they censor him like that? He has a right to free speech.
It's not censorship.
Yes, he has a right to free speech.
Yeah.
But Facebook and Instagram and YouTube are privately owned companies, and they can decide who is on there and who isn't.
Yeah. Also, Spotify and Spreaker have kicked him off, too.
He has no audience at this point. And he wants Donald Trump to make this a free speech issue, which it is not.
And there are right-wing fans of his who are screaming, where are all the liberals, and saying that, he's a journalist, and journalists... He's not a journalist.
Not a journalist. He in court said he is not. Yes.
He and his lawyer, well, not him, but his lawyer said
yes.
he is an entertainer. This is a character he plays.
Yeah, in court.
He is not a journalist.
Not a journalist.
That's not, listen, I have a right to free speech. We need an internet right, free speech. Come on, Donald, you got to help me. They're out to get me. Boner candidate number 3.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
I hope this is the last time we hear anything out of him.
I hope we hear that the Sandy Hook parents sue him and get all of his money.
Boner candidate number 1, how to tip like a dick. It's this insulting restaurant tipping hack that has the internet up in arms again, and it is terrible because people will do it. Now that it's resurfaced.
They think it's funny.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 2: parkour on a power line. What could go wrong? A Florida man shocked probably nearly to death while attempting to walk on a power line. And boner candidate number 3: come on, Donald, you got to help me. They're out to get me.
All right, let's go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that chance to become boner of the day. All right, 1, 2, or 3. Decide which candidate you think should be the winner of round 1. And then put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message. 1, 2, or 3. That's all we need. Then text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting August 7 and vote there. And all right, you've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is round 1 of your boner voting.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion of Radio from Hell on X96.
Line. Spell it with me now. L-I-N-E. And we'll use it now in some dialogue featuring our good friends LeVar and LeGrand. Imagine, if you will, the boys have gotten together for lunch at the High Spot Cafe. The word again is line.
Well, this is good postum here to the High Spot, LeVar.
Look, the words good and postum never go together, LeGrand. Now, the coffee here is mighty fine, but don't tell me there's any difference in any postum you get anywhere. It's all horse pee.
Well, I like it. And that actor guy sure must have gotten rich off on us Utahns when he invented this caffeine-free beverage. Yeah, that Tom Postum has always been funny on the Newhart shows, and he's made a great all-weather beverage, too.
Whoa. Whoa. Now this song sure brings back the memories. I didn't know they had Madonna music on the jukebox here.
Well, why does it bring back memories for you, LeVar? Do you remember what you was doing the first time you heard the song?
Heard it? Hell, I helped Madonna write it.
Uh-huh. And I had tea with the Queen of England the other day.
I ain't lying, LeGrand. Me and Madonna had kind of a thing for a couple of months back in '87. I guess you could say Madonna was my girlfriend.
Do tell.
If I'm lying, I'm dying, LeGrand. Yep. Miss Chacon and me, that's a real name, you know, was sitting in the breakfast nook one morning after a night of truth or dare, if you know what I mean. So anyway, the phone rings. Madonna answers it and says, "Hey, LeVar, honey, the phone's for you." I said, "Who's that girl?" And the rest is history.
You're lying, LeVar. You're lying through your tobacco-stained teeth.
If I'm lying, then what do you call this?
Yeah. It's a picture of you and Madonna sitting in a breakfast nook.
Yep.
Why, looky there. You got matching pajamas with little horses on them.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying at all. That's really her.
Yep. She'll always be my material girl.
Well, what happened? Why did you break up?
I dumped her.
Why in the heck did you do that?
Well, did I ever tell you about me and Tori Spelling?
Radio from Hell on X96.
I just tweet. Speaking of my Twitter,
Yes.
I just tweeted a link to the information about Pretty Woman the musical because I know you're all excited about that. So everything you want to know about Pretty Woman the musical,
delete.
at RFH Gina.
Delete.
Mute.
I'm going to block you from now on. I'm blocking you right now. All right, it's time to announce the winner of round one of your boner voting. And it's brought to you in part by Chicken Enchiladas.
And it's Tuesday, time to head to Gracie's 326 Southwest Temple in downtown Salt Lake. Open till 2 a.m., 7 days a week. Get more information at gracieslc.com.
So, boner candidate number one, how to tip like a dick. $5, singles on the table, and take away a single every time. Don't do that.
No.
Boner candidate number two, parkour on a power line. You know, what could go wrong with that? Well, if you step on the live part of the power line, you're going to pay, and that's what happened to a guy who was trying to walk across the power line. And boner candidate number three, please, Donald, help. They're out to get me. It's a conspiracy. Alex Jones begging the president for help after he's dumped by YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Spreaker, iTunes, all the platforms banned.
Not Twitter, though.
Still on Twitter.
Come on, Twitter, get with it.
And one other that is owned by the same people.
Oh, Twitter does, they sort of pride themselves on being
open.
You can say anything on Twitter.
I mean, pretty much. You can get Twitter blocks people.
Yeah.
It's rare, but...
Yeah. Let's see. Melissa won a Gracie's gift card. And the winner of round one, so that's the chicken enchiladas. The winner of round one, boner candidate number three. Come on, Donald, you got to help. They're out to get me.
That's your winner of round one. It now will go to Boner Dome and face off against the winner of round two's voting. That voting starts at, the presentation starts at 8:20.
That won handily, too, by the way.
Oh, really?
By a lot.
So, listen hard and vote harder at 8:20 for round two. And then get a good candidate to send to Boner Fight. One of those two will become Boner of the Day at 9:20.
You said your tummy was hurting from the enchiladas. And it reminded me that Festus was sick over the weekend, so I called him and see how he was doing. He said, I'm a lot better. It was just food poisoning. I said, oh, what'd you have? He said, bad sushi. And I thought he was joking because he's my child.
Oh, you went to one of those cheap sushi places.
I'm like, you don't eat sushi? He said, yes, I do. I'm like, what? Since when do you eat sushi?
You don't know anything about him. You think he's in a rock band. Yeah. Yes.
Email of interest.
I do have 3 emails of interest here. The first one I'll do, it came in quite some time ago, and I don't think we have addressed it.
Okay.
This is from back in May, and it got lost in in all the other emails of interest. It's from Robert. It says, "Hi, Bill. My name is Robert, as you can tell from my email name, which is Robert Smith. This message contains my appreciation for Radio from Hell and everything you folks do. First of all, thank you, Bill, Ralph, for your work, your dedication to your work. I've listened religiously for some years and realized that what you do is your passion. I'm proud that you are proud of your passion. As a listener, it means a lot to me. And, well, Carrie and Gina's passion to keep things going is great, too.
To keep things going.
Carrie says it's all he knows, so it's what he'll do. But over the years, I can tell he's found his stride. And he'll ride that pony until he's dead. As we all should.
Wait, till the pony's dead or until Carrie's dead?
Till Carrie's dead.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got no choice.
Yeah. As for Gina, well, she was born into the work. She's an older Dylan and Festus.
What?
I think it means like...
Because my dad was
Because your dad was in radio?
Radio.
Okay. All right.
She's brilliant in the way that she depicts a very open-to-the-world lifestyle and yet remains in the shadows. I have no idea what that means. Or perhaps her life is her kids and not her work. But either way, good for her. Keep doing it.
I'll take that, whatever it is.
I moved away from the Salt Lake Valley last September with my wife. We moved to North Carolina. Things between us have not been going well. As people grow, their interests change, and unfortunately, love can change with the stress of change. I've been left alone in a metaphorical, awkward, sinking boat, attempting to fill it with college education and apprenticeships. But I'm so hugging grateful for you guys and your dedication, and Carrie and his little quirks, and grateful for Gina because she completes the trifecta that's Radio from Hell. Your show will never work outside of Utah.
Never.
Although I have Army buddies in Nevada, Georgia, and Washington listening.
Oh, thank you.
This is Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
So, Robert, nice. I hope I got this back in May. Thank you for your service, he says. I'm a veteran and hate when people tell me thank you for your service. But you people deserve to be thanked for your service.
Well.
P.S. Richie's cool? Nah.
Was that a question?
He says, P.S. Richie is cool? Nah. I don't know. So I hope things have improved a little bit with. But this one came in very recently. Dear Lords and Lady of the Radio, Peterbilt Bryan here. I'm in need of political advice.
Okay.
My brother and I have been having an ongoing mild disagreement about political issues. Recently, he sent me an interesting comment, and I feel the need to share it with you. There's a screenshot of my response to his comment that I've attached to this. Feel free to read whatever you like. I'm hoping that my response is adequate enough, at least to make myself feel better about my decisions. You guys have been a big influence on my opinion of current politics. That's a mistake. I've been a loyal listener and participator in your show for many years, and I do not feel that I have been led astray by anything you've said or done. I love you guys so much, and I hope to continue to hear you on the radio. And here's the screenshot of the little back and forth between him and his brother. So it's his brother who says, let's see, I think we see the country a lot differently. I see it thriving and going strong. But I also pay attention to both sides, and I go to the town hall meetings, and I use 20 different sources, and I fact-check. Not just a few radio hosts that write the word boner on a T-shirt and think it's funny. All I'm saying is that you should check out more than one source to build your opinion.
But we use 20 different sources, and we fact-check.
Yeah.
So...
Well,
what did he say to that?
Here's what Peterbilt says.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I don't do any research into anything. Into anything I do other than one group of people. Yep, that's right. Yep. Funny. You have no idea the research I do. Just like I don't fully know the research you do. Everybody's got their own opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's the whole point of freedom. Well, and this is his brother. He's having this this argument with.
Your brother's gone. He's in a cult.
No, Carrie,
There's
don't
no
say
get-
that.
there's no
Carrie,
coming
don't
back.
do that. That doesn't help.
Now, what I say,
It's a fact.
That
though.
doesn't help.
what I say though between you and your brother is same thing I said my brother and me, is that we get along just fine because we don't talk about politics at all.
Well, yeah, you got to have that talk with him and say, here are the topics that we're not going to talk about.
I love you. You're my brother.
Yeah.
And I want to continue to be able to love
Yeah.
you as my brother, so let's not talk about this stuff.
Exactly.
And then, so one more quick email that kind of addresses this. We don't have time.
Quickly.
That
I mean, if
kind-
you can do it in 30 seconds, yeah.
This is from Bruce. He says, I was listening to you talking with Kerry and Gina about Trump supporters and how you need to communicate with them, and it got me thinking, Kerry's probably right, it's impossible to communicate with them. But so you need to try and communicate with the reasonable Republicans that are out there. Talk to the reasonable Republicans.
I think we should do a longer discussion about that sometime.
So Trump supporters, they're just on the
Yeah.
they're just on that beam and they're not going to waver.
They're wearing shirts they'd rather be Russian than Democrat. I mean, that's where it's gone.
I'll have a story coming up in the news about a Republican who he had to be censored on MSNBC because of what he said, but he's a reasonable Republican, and we need to talk more to people like that guy. I'll tell you about it coming up.
Crash at the on-ramp southbound I-15 at 45th South in Salt Lake. The right lane is blocked there. Let's see. Tour of Utah is going through Cedar City today. If you're heading down that way, you should be aware of that. No other accidents to report so far this morning, and that's good news. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right, thank you very much. Coming up after this, it's the 3-Bit Gamer segment. We're going to be talking games with Jonathan right after these. Also got to tell you about Park City Culinary Institute. Many restaurant and business owners sign up for Park City Culinary Institute. The owner of Waffle Love.
I love Waffle Love.
They did their program, Adam Terry. He had just won the Food Truck Wars on television, had just started his company, Waffle Love. He wanted to round out his skills. So he went to Park City Culinary Institute.
So he went clear up to Park City?
No, here
What?
in Salt Lake.
Ah.
It really helped him develop recipes and sell new foods, and he's killing it. He's now franchising his food truck business.
Nice.
So you just need some skills. Now, this is not just for chefs. Anybody can attend culinary school. It's perfect if you want to change your career, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're just passionate about food. Check out Park City Culinary Institute in Salt Lake City, 1484 South State Street. They have 1 or 3 month programs with day classes or evenings, so you can keep your day job or full or part-time, whatever it is. You can use the GI Bill. Learn to cook, make new friends, and when you apply, you can apply today at info.parkcityculinaryinstitute.com. And if you mention X96 when you enroll, you'll receive a free all-clad pot valued at $200.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb. I was born in Utah and...
Now, speaking of dramatic interpretations, no, wait.
Thespians.
What you guys do there is not really that at all, is it?
It's dramatic.
They're putting on a show.
Yeah, we're putting on a show.
They found some old costumes in a trunk.
And they're going to save the school. Or the church or whatever. Hey.
Last night at the theater doing my show, Spirit of the Holidays.
Plug
at
the theater.
At the Desert
Do it.
Star.
Yeah, plug it.
Plays until New Year's. A friend of the program came to the show and brought her family. She had actually just previously she went and grabbed herself a best of CD and then decided to come.
So a real
and
friend
watch
of
the
the
show.
program.
Yeah, a due friend of the program. And then came to the show. I said I knew that she was going to be there. She was there with her husband. I said, "Well, stick around afterwards. I'll say hello, see what you thought of the show." And afterwards, we were talking, and her mother tried to adopt me.
Huh?
From what I understand, because we talk about how my family is trying to push me out
Oh,
of
yeah.
the house.
You're a big
very
kid
much
now.
So, 26 years old,
It's
you have
time
the
to have your
college
own-
degree, you don't clean your room, it's time to get out. A woman, the mother of this friend of the program, offered to adopt me last night. You can put a lock on your door, Richie. I've got the whole basement to yourself.
You're considering this, aren't you?
I started the application process last night.
Yeah, why don't you go sponge off someone else?
Your
It's
family's
not
tired.
sponging.
Well, what do you call it?
Well, what do you give them in return?
A show? Do you
I can
dance and sing and perform?
I
for
sing
them?
in the shower, and that carries throughout the house, and I'm good at lawn mowing. That doesn't do any well in the.
No.
I can shovel snow.
You never have time to do any of these
I can do any of
things.
that stuff, but they offered, and so I'm seriously considering, because it's over in Sugar House.
You are seriously considering
Moving in, maybe not on a permanent basis, but becoming a resident of this home for
This
like a
will
month.
end badly.
This is a little creepy, Richie.
Someone just.
You mean this isn't like when Fonzie moved in with the Cunninghams?
That's what
for
he's
the
thinking.
garage?
That's what
Yeah.
he's thinking.
You mean it's not like that at all?
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. C.
Because that never happens. I'm sorry, Richie. It
I
is-
don't
it is a
need
little-
much.
It is a little weird.
You know what we really need is a few episodes of Happy Days done by squirrels. Wouldn't that be?
Oh,
Just to go back to that for a second.
that would be awesome.
Sit on it.
I'm convinced though
Yeah.
that I could move out, not have a place, and find places to stay.
Oh, I'm
Of
convinced.
course, yeah.
of it.
You
Well,
could.
you do it. You do it anyway.
Well, no, but I mean, I could move out of mom's, move out of
Sure.
dad's,
Yeah.
and I'm seriously considering
just-
that come the first of the
Just
year,
rotate around.
and just
You'd be
go
living
around.
out of your car is what you'd be doing.
which is no different than what I'm doing at this point. Really, if you've seen my car,
Yeah.
yeah.
I said something to Richie the other day. I said, "Why don't we go in your car?" And he said, "Because there's only room for the drive."
Utah. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but I mean, come on. We'll take what we can get. X96.
Sponsored?
I'm going to give it one. How about that?
Okay.
Haster,
You give it one, baby.
Haster Games in Midvale. Coming up August 10th at Haster Games. Pick up the Commander 2018 decks and the board game Azul, which recently won the Game of the Year award. Browse online at hastergames.com.
Like she thinks she's the god of sponsorships. Just giving out willy-nilly. Speaking of willy-nilly, here he is, JD, Jonathan Deasing. He's the one of the proprietors of the 3 Bit Gamer Show, which you can find wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Yes, sir. And we have one up today. The episode's all about fear. And of course, we naturally talk about Fred Durst too much. So there you go.
All right.
Fred Durst.
Yeah, exactly.
Where do we start here?
All right,
So
Jonathan.
we have this month is actually usually the summer sucks for games as far as releases because they're all coming out in the winter. But we have a few like sneakers this month that are kind of fun. So a couple of these are kind of deep cuts that I want to talk about. So the first one's called Dead Cells. This is out today, and it's on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. It was available for PC previously, but they've released it. So it's a side-scrolling game where you explore the map, but if you die once, you go all the way back to the beginning.
Oh.
So it's kind of crazy. But what's cool is you get a save. If you while you're out there, you can find new weapons and new abilities, and then the next time you start the game, you have a new weapon and a new ability.
Start the game.
So you restart the game, and you're starting the game constantly, but you're building up all your
I mean,
abilities.
I'm looking at it, and it is a side-scroll game.
It's so cool.
Like one of those old school ones, but the graphics are incredible.
Yeah, and the music's awesome, and the gameplay is super fun. Like, you have whips and swords and all sorts of fun stuff. So, Dead Cells is out today, and I would check that out. The next one up is Overcooked 2.
Rated E for everyone.
Overcooked is the most fun. You've seen these, like, cooking simulation games. They're, like, on phones and stuff, where it's like, I gotta chop these vegetables, and then I gotta combine them in this plate.
Kids like
and then cook them. Okay, so this one is, like, the best one I've ever played. It's not, like, Cooking Mama is, like, a 2, and this is, like, a 10. Like, this is an incredible game.
It's on the Switch, too, Gina.
Yeah, and it's on the Switch, which is super fun. But this is the new one, and this is the sequel. The first one was super fun, and then the sequel is out now.
Is it
and,
even super fun?
Yeah, you play with 4 people, so you've got 4 people running around a kitchen, running into each other, trying to fight against each other and play.
That sounds like dinner time at my house.
Yeah, fast forward. There you go.
That's dinner time at my house.
So, I mean, you're chopping, you're cooking, you have to clean your dishes so you can serve them. Yeah. Overcooked 2 is a super fun family game. It's on the Switch, PlayStation 4, everything.
I don't know. It feels like going to work to me.
I
don't
know.
know.
It's a little stressful. Absolutely.
I want to get away from that kind of stuff. That happens in my kitchen all the time.
Oh, yeah, there's fires. If you leave a dish too long, it'll set on
Don't
fire.
tell me about fires in the kitchen.
So this next one, Madden 19, this is out in 3 days. This is out on August 10th, and I only put it on here. I only wanted to mention it because apparently it's like the best new Madden game in a couple of years.
It looks great.
Is it true that there's a song in there that they took a reference to Colin
Yes.
Kaepernick out of?
Yeah, so from what I understand, because I looked into that, is the reason they took it out is because this is the excuse they gave, was that somebody at the company was under the impression that because he was no longer in the NFL, they couldn't use his likeness.
Bull.
Including his name. So they put it back in.
There was a swear in it, too.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so...
I mean, these graphics look like it looks like a real game.
So if you've been out on Madden for a couple of years because you're like, ugh, it's the same game every year, this may be a good year to get back in. And maybe if you super hate Colin Kaepernick, I don't know.
I mean, it looks like
it's awesome. The passing, the catching mechanics are supposed to be improved. The tackling mechanics.
I just want to know if before every game the players take a knee or
I wonder if you can do that.
No, but I will tell you, they for the first time in 10 years they added player celebrations, so you can celebrate in the game after your touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one, this is the one I'm really excited about. It's called We Happy Few. It's out on the 10th, and I'll just read that. It's set in the 1960s, post-World War II Britain, in which Germany conquered Britain. And I have to read this because I got this quote off of Wikipedia, and it was so perfect. It's this residents of a small village, and they've collectively started taking a hallucinogen called joy. And the quote is, this drug suppresses all unhappy memories, leaving its users to exhibit immense joy and happiness, but subjects them to decreased recognition of moral and long-term consequences, and leaves them easy to manipulate. So basically, you're in this like post-war dystopia, and there's all these crazies that are running around. They're all drugged up, and you kind of have to avoid them because they want to force you to take this drug. It looks just crazy.
Of course you are. After all, you're not a downer, are you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's a first-person game. If you liked BioShock or those types of games, it's right on the same.
BioShock's a great game.
So is the objective of the game is to keep your mouth shut so they can't give you the drug?
Yes, and to escape. So you're like hiding from them, and you're like trying to blend in. It's kind of like it's a survival horror type game, and
Okay.
it looks but it's like got all these bright psychedelic colors because it's the 60s. It's a trip. And this next one is for any World of Warcraft fans out there.
And there are a lot.
This is the big one. This is the newest World of Warcraft expansion called Battle for Azeroth, and it's out on the 14th. And, you know, the two main factions you may be familiar, even if you're not familiar with World of Warcraft, the Alliance and the Horde, they kind of had this, like, uneasy peace at the end of the last expansion, which everyone was like, wow, this is like moving the story forward. But they're at war again, and it's a big one, and big cities are being burned down, and like these cities that have been in the game for a decade have been burned down in this expansion, and it's notable because they haven't really revealed much about the story, and usually everyone knows what the story's going to be, so everyone's just like kind of on the edge of their seat, like, why did this character do this? Why is this city burning? What's going on? And so everyone's really excited. So Battle for Azeroth is out this month and the 14th.
Everybody knows
awesome.
if you get control of Azeroth, you've got everything.
Yeah.
You get control of that place, man.
You don't know how accurate what you just said was.
You have it all. So the final one?
Tanglewood. This is out August 14th, and you play as, it's a side-scrolling game. You play as this cute little fox that's trying to find its family.
And it's old school.
This is going to blow your mind, Carrie. Have you heard of this one?
No, I've not.
You can play this on a Sega Mega Drive, on a Sega Genesis. They have it. Wow. You can buy a cartridge. So you can... The old Sega Genesis, the original Sega console, this is one guy developed this game, I mean, with a Sega, like, developer kit and Windows 95 by himself, and then he had the cartridges manufactured in China, he had the circuit boards manufactured in Canada, put them together himself, and he'll ship you one of these, and they're like $50, and so you could go down to your local, like, thrift store, pick up a Sega Genesis, and plug in a brand new Sega Genesis game. And it looks awesome. And so you can also get it on PC, but why would you when you can get it on the Genesis? Dust that thing off.
Well, the DI has dozens of them just sitting there.
Yeah, exactly, and they're cheap. So this is called Tanglewood, and you can get it. You can pre-order it now, and then the cartridge will show up in the mail.
Right.
But yeah, it is so neat.
If you want to see samples of all of those, it's available at x96.com. And the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Jonathan, thank you, and people should listen to that podcast.
It's up today, so check out the Fred Durst-isode.
Durst-isode.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Traffic, Gina, do you have that?
Yeah, tow truck on the scene at the crash at 45th South eastbound at the on-ramp to go I-15 southbound, and it's blocking the 2 right lanes. That's the only crash being reported right now. You can report one if you want. You do that by texting us, when it's safe to do so, 33986. Elevate your summer at Snowbird, offering cooler mountain getaways with stay-and-play packages, including lodging, breakfast, all-day activity pass. Details at snowbird.com.
We've got Boners Round 2 coming up. Here are your titles. Boner candidate number 1, Swimming to Freedom. Number 2, Rand Paul Can Be Beaten. And boner candidate number 3, String 'em Up.
All right, so we got round 2, your boners, big boy news, opinnuendo, all coming up after these.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
And you go to BigOTires.com, you can find a location near you, and there is definitely one near you.
There are 40 locations of Big O Tires, including new ones in Layton and Providence.
And they got discounts and coupons on there, too. So you can print those off and take them down.
Yeah, Big O Tires, the stores are great. And they're all locally owned and operated, and you will get the service that you expect, very personal service from Big O Tires. Right now, they're having an anniversary sale at Big O Tires. You can get $100 off Big O brand tires through August 26th.
And the Big O brand tires are great tires. Now, they have other brands there, too.
Many other brands.
Just the Big O tires.
Yeah, many other brands, and they offer the lowest price on every tire every day at Big O Tires. So get into your local Big O Tires store for the anniversary sale. Again, $100 off Big O brand tires. You can find out more by going to BigOTires.com.
Diplo in concert Thursday, August 16th for just $10.
8:21 right now, and it is time for round 2 of your boner voting. Presenting to you 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You've got to decide with your vote, of these 3 candidates, which one is, in your opinion, the worst, and therefore most qualified to go forward to Boner Fight and get that chance to become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, it has to defeat the winner of round 1, and that's a really good candidate. You missed it an hour ago. It's coming up. We'll throw both winners into the Boner Dome at 9:20. That's when Boner of the Day will be decided with Boner Fight. So pick your contender for round 2 right now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you have heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
I can't buy it. Gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Let's see. We've got Boner candidate number 1. Let me just got to do something here quickly. And there it is. Which is Swimming to Freedom. Swimming to Freedom, and that is about, this took place in Vermont. Authorities say that a man on the run from police in Vermont, and in his escape attempt, he decides this is a good idea. He drives his car into a lake and then tries to swim for it.
Okay.
So a store clerk saw this robber. Oh, by the way, the guy's wearing an ankle monitor. 38-year-old Stephen Saylor of Enosburg, Vermont.
Sail.
So police traced to a car traveling through Berkshire, Vermont. They say Saylor led officers on a 20-mile chase into St. Albans, where he drove onto a dock and then into Lake Champlain. They say that Mr. Saylor got out of the car and tried to swim for safety. But police just went to an adjacent dock and waited for him to swim up.
Because he's got
Got to get out somewhere.
Yeah. Mr.
Did you
Saylor,
think they were it was going to be like the movies where they get to the end of the dock and go, oh,
he's
man,
in the lake, we can't do anything.
Oh, he's gone.
he's hospitalized for treatment of injuries. But yeah, they pulled his car from the lake. Boner candidate number 1, Swimming to Freedom. Boner candidate number 2, Rand Paul can be beaten. So, Kentucky Secretary of State Allison Lundgren Grimes reportedly joked last week about the assault on Senator Rand Paul by his neighbor, saying when he's up for re-election, this shows he can be beaten. You see, because his neighbor beat him up in a dispute.
Okay.
Associated Press reporter Adam Beam tweeted that the Democrat Allison Lundgren Grimes made the remark at a local Fancy Farm picnic in Kentucky on Friday, which Kentucky political candidates often use as the kickoff for election campaigns. Ms. Grimes is considering running for governor as a Democrat in 2019, and she said, just ask his neighbor. He can be beaten.
Hi-oh. Get it?
Grimes' remarks sparked a response from Rand Paul's chief strategist, Doug Stanford, who made a reference to Grimes' failed 2014 Senate run when she attempted to unseat Mitch McConnell. He said, that's almost as sad and pathetic as her last campaign. Mitch beat her so bad, he almost got charged with a hate crime. Allison Lundgren Grimes is an attractive candidate, nice-looking woman, Democrat, probably not smart enough to be running for office. Hate to say it, but you got to watch yourself. You can't do that. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3. I should have split these up because it's another Democrat making another really dumb move. String them up.
Well, Rand Paul's in Russia right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
What's he doing there?
That's
He's,
an excellent question.
He's visiting the asbestos mine.
All right, we got boner candidate number 3 for round 2 coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Feldman's Deli, featuring corned beef, pastrami, mustard, and pickles, imported from New York City. Now serving breakfast and lunch Tuesday through Saturday, dinner Thursday through Saturday, featuring local live music Friday and Saturday nights. 20th East, 27th South. For more information, go to feldmansdeli.com.
Well, Charlie Rose, you know, the sexual misconduct allegations against him, but they aren't his only problems. According to The Blast, which some gossip column, the disgraced anchor fell ill and required major surgery in July.
Well,
His condition was revealed in papers that Rose's attorneys filed, asking for an extension on his response to a lawsuit which claims that he sexually harassed colleagues. Apparently, he underwent abdominal surgery of some kind, probably a gallbladder or something like that. But he's not well, and so he needs many, many more weeks to recover.
How old is he?
Charlie is. He always looked older than he
looks
is.
frail.
It doesn't say here.
I'll look.
But he's he just always had those bags under his eyes. Always made him look a lot older than he is, I think. In a lawsuit filed against him, 3 women said that they were subjected to physical and verbal sexual harassment by Charlie Rose.
Yeah, he's 76. I would have thought he was in his 80s, but
There was a huge hailstorm in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
sorry, Bill. We're in Utah. That's a hellstorm.
Yeah,
Hellstorm, yes.
In Colorado, a powerful storm. Well, it was in Colorado, so it's a hailstorm.
Oh, they have hailstorm.
Yeah.
We have hellstorm.
It pummeled a busy Colorado zoo with large hail on Monday, injuring 14 people and killing at least 2 animals.
Wow.
5 people were taken to hospital with traumatic injuries after the short but intense afternoon hailstorm passed over Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. According to the Colorado Springs Fire Department, another 9 people had to be treated at the scene. Additional details about the victims and their injuries have not been released, but the zoo's marketing director said a vulture and a duck were killed by the hail. A second vulture also injured by hail and was being cared for at a veterinary hospital. I've never seen anything like this, said the spokesperson. It's basically, it was huge chunks of ice falling from the sky. It's another sign, that we are in the latter days. I was in a hailstorm here in Salt Lake once that it was, that would be a hellstorm.
That would be a hellstorm.
That I would have been injured, I think, had I not gotten in my car, and it put dents in the hood of my car. I don't know, what would that size be? Like a jawbreaker size? Some of the hailstones were
Probably were as hard as a jawbreaker.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. Let's see. Oh, speaking of the latter days, the fire in California, fire officials have swung back at President Donald Trump. Of course, he tweeted over the weekend that the state's devastating wildfires have been exacerbated by a water shortage resulting from bad environmental laws. Scott McLean, deputy chief of the California Department of Forestry and Fire, told Huffington Post on Monday, "We have plenty of water to fight these fires," he said. He noted that the lakes near the Carr and Mendocino complex fires are full, and we use that water.
Wrong.
What's driving these raging infernos, Fire Chief McLean said, is a crisis that Donald Trump has in the past dismissed as bullsock and a Chinese hoax. What is driving these infernos is our changing climate that is leading to more severe and destructive fires, said McLean.
It leads to more severe and destructive everything.
Well, it's
hurricanes,
the hailstorm.
It's extreme weather.
Typical liberal.
We are really hot. We have bigger, because the warming of the ocean causes more activity in the atmosphere.
Here, little liberals. Here, little liberals.
I don't think I'll be able to watch the latest American Horror Story. It's American Horror Story Apocalypse is what it's called. And it's basically, I think it's basically the end of all time. as Satan rules the world.
Well, but Jessica Lange is coming back,
Yeah.
and she's going to be playing the character that she played on the first American Horror Story,
Oh.
Murder House, which was a good one.
Yep, I liked that one.
You know, that southern
Yeah.
voice she puts on.
She's
You know.
just good.
Yep.
Do you know that there is a place here in Salt Lake City called Japantown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pointing at it.
Carrie's
No,
pointing
that
one
way?
way
No,
and you're
it's this
pointing
way.
the
Oh,
other.
it's that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Prominent members of Utah's Asian community are worried that a major mixed-use hotel development planned in downtown Salt Lake will effectively wipe away any trace of Japantown. Most of the historic neighborhood, which was once a hub for Japanese residents whose ancestors came to work here or who were put here in relocation camps.
Oh no, that never happened.
The 60s, in the 60s, it was torn down. Most of it was torn down. It used to be a bigger area. It was torn down to make way for a previous version of the Salt Palace Convention Center. But the Chinese Church of Christ and the Salt Lake Buddhist Temple remain on or close to the block, bounded by First South and Second South, Second West to Third West, known as Block 67. Officials with the Ritchie Group, a real estate developer in Salt Lake, envision 4 new buildings on that, including a hotel, an office tower, retail space, and a tree-lined mid-block street, underground parking garage, and probably no traces of Japantown left. It's kind of sad, and it's
Wouldn't you, if you were a developer, try to incorporate? You know what I mean? Like try to hold on to some of that and try to incorporate into your design.
It's not the way we do
something
things
that-
in America, Gina. You know, when Carrie and I went to London for the first time, I went, oh, look, they try to preserve their old buildings. Here in America, when they reach 40 years old or something like that, we knock them down and build another one.
That's old.
Yeah, we don't want that old stuff. That's. I had never been to Europe, and I remember distinctly talking to a school friend of mine when I was just, I think in junior high or something, and he'd gone to Europe with his family, and he came back, and I said, how was it? What was it like? And he says, I don't know. I didn't like it very much. I said, why? He said, well, everything's so old.
Well, it is.
He was serious.
It is, as Eddie Izzard says, that's where the history comes from. That's why.
Yeah. Well, we don't need that, do we? Let me do this story really quickly. I mentioned this GOP strategist, Rick Wilson. He was abruptly muted for 7 seconds during an appearance on MSNBC after going on an expletive-filled rant about President Trump and his supporters on Monday morning. When asked why MSNBC co-host John Heilemann during the program how the president can continue to genuinely boast about his high approval ratings, Wilson's response was, well, cocaine's a hell of a drug. They love the fact that Donald Trump now he's a Republican operative. Republicans love the fact, or the ones who follow him, that Donald Trump finally gives them this sort of ID, this sort of id of the Republican Party. They're finally given permission to say the ugly things that they kind of wanted in their secret hearts to say for a long time. And the monster got out of its cage in terms of a lot of the populist messaging that worked to motivate Republican primary voters for a long time. There's just a huge courage deficit in this country. Again, this is a Republican speaking. There is a huge courage deficit in this country. He said Republicans are afraid to speak out, and they secretly enjoy what's happening. And then there were 7 seconds or so where he was talking and the sound was gone. And then they came back, the sound came back on, and the MSNBC host said, well, I don't think you can talk that way. And he said, well, I did. But then he was asked what he said on a radio interview, and they didn't censor it. He said, I said, Washington is full of profiles in chicken ass. And you and I both get calls from members of Congress who say, I can't stand this ass hat. And you know we get those calls, but they're all afraid to speak up.
And that gets frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, it's a hostile liberal. All right, hostile liberal.
So his name again is he's one of the good ones. He's GOP strategist Rick Wilson.
I follow him on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right. So those are the people you can talk to.
All right. Let's get sports weather traffic then.
Sports, you've got the Utah Royals. They play tomorrow, and it's a home game, so you can go to that and get tickets. It's at 8 o'clock. They play the Washington Spirit. And then Real is home on Saturday. That game is also at 8. They play Montreal Impact. And you can get both of those tickets at rsl.com. Weather, a lot like yesterday. Not crazy hot. I mean, it's still hot, but it's not like, oh, it's so hot. It's just, it's hot. 90. And
All right.
smoky. And traffic.
Okay.
you just
well, just because there are
getting in
these
the way.
long pauses.
When I'm done with traffic, then I'm done. Crash southbound I-15 approaching Center Street exit North Salt Lake. Cars are on the right shoulder, adding to delays that are already in place there. Crash eastbound 45th South at the on-ramp to go southbound I-15. Cars are blocking the right turn lane there. That's traffic for all your cars. Big oh no's. There's always big oh yes, like getting great deals on the best tire brands. Right now, save $100 on sets of 4 Big O brand tires with paid installation. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Now?
Yeah.
Here's boner candidate number 3. String them up. It would be helpful if you saw this also at x96.com/live. A Kentucky Democratic candidate was condemned by his own party on Thursday over a campaign advertisement that appears to depict a lynching. Realtor Bobby Smith placed the ad in the Spencer Magnet, a local weekly publication. It features 4 bodies appearing to hang from a tree, and each one of the bodies has a different word on it, spelling out good old boy system. Some hard choices need to be made in Spencer County to make it great again, the Democrat says, and I will make those choices. Smith is a Democrat running against Republican incumbent John Riley for Spencer County Judge Executive, according to the newspaper. Democrats came out with a tweet disavowing their own party members' ad. The Kentucky Democratic Party finds this ad to be offensive and appalling, given its lynching imagery. There is no defense for making light of lynching. Mr. Smith should rescind it and apologize immediately. Did he? No. Again, this is a person who is not smart enough to be running for office. He said, I'm not a party person, but if the liberals in the party don't like this, I'll apologize to them. And by the way, those aren't meant to be bodies.
What are they meant to be? What else could they be?
They're certainly shaped like bodies.
No.
What? So what are they?
What are they
then?
meant to be?
Does he elaborate?
Because there's
they're just
hands and
things.
feet
No,
and heads.
those are people.
Those are people. The
Those
ears.
No, those are just things. Those are with words on them. They're not bodies. Boner candidate number 3. String them up.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Let's see. Boner candidate number 1, swimming to freedom. It's a robbery suspect who drove his car into the lake and then tried to swim away to freedom, but the police just waited on another dock and waited till he swam up. Swam up? Until he
swam.
Yeah, he
we
swam
got you.
up there.
We got you.
Boner candidate number 2, Rand Paul can be beaten. Kentucky Democrat, she's thinking about running for governor, reportedly joking about Rand Paul being beaten up by his neighbor, saying it just goes to prove he can be beaten in an election. And Boner candidate number 3, string him up.
All right. Let's go. This is round 2. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore most qualified to go to Boner Fight to get that chance to become Boner of the Day. It'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. And it's a pretty good candidate, so choose wisely. Pick your contender, 1, 2, or 3 for round 2. Which one you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. Or you can call. Cynthia is taking votes in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Or you can go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting August 7. Vote there. You've got to decide, though. You've only got 4.5 minutes to do it. Let's go. This is round 2.
Want music? Listen at 10 for a 1-hour non-stop music wingding on X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find our elders tracting on the ice planet Hoth. Oh, man, it's cold out here. Why is it so cold?
It's an ice planet, Lehigh. What do you expect?
Oh, I'm sure glad my mom sent me these mittens.
And Zone Leader Hansen has sent us to some pretty dismal places before, but this has got to be the worst. I hope that this Wampa fella lets us in and offers us some piping hot postum.
You know, these tauntaun thingies smell funny, and they're just not very comfortable to ride. I wish our hyperbikes hadn't frozen up. Let's see, third cave on the left, just past the second snowdrift. Yep, this must be it. Hello? Hello, Mr. Wampa?
I don't suppose his first name is Willie, do you? See, Willie Wampa. What? Hello, anybody home? Hey, pal, that's my ride home you're having for lunch.
You must be Mr. Wampa. Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Look out, Butch! Oh, man, he knocked you down. That's gonna leave a mark. Excuse me, Mr. Wampa, all we want is just a couple minutes of your time. Oh!
Oh, man. Where am I? Oh, heck. Hey, Lehigh, wake up.
Oh.
Wake up.
Oh, what in the flip?
This is just great. Here we are, hanging upside down, stuck to the roof of a Wampa cave, our feet frozen in what appears to be Wampa spit, while my ride home gets eaten by Mr. Wampa out there.
Yuck, I don't think this Wampa spit's ever gonna come off my wingtips. Hey, there's somebody stuck to the ceiling behind you.
Huh? Hey, it's that farm boy from Tatooine. Hey, Luke! Luke, wake up!
Huh? Ben?
No, not Ben, it's me, Butch. I don't suppose you got a plan to get us out of here, do you?
If I could just reach for my lightsaber. There. So much for the element of surprise.
Hey, look, your dad, Darth Vader, cut off Lehigh's arm with one of those things. Cut him some slack.
Will Butch and Lehigh ever escape from Wampa Cave? Will Luke cut Lehigh's arm off just for the fun of it? Will our elders ever get the Wampa spit off of their wingtips? Tune in next time to hear Lehigh say... Oh, thanks, Luke. For a minute there, I figured we was Wampa Chow.
Luke.
Ben?
Luke.
Ben, is that you?
You will go to the Dagobah system.
Mr. Kenobi? Dagobah? I've never even heard of it.
It's a swamp planet. You're not missing much.
You must seek out Yoda and continue your training.
But I've already been to the MTC. Ben? Yoda? Dagobah?
Mr. Kenobi, are you sure? I mean, we've already been to Dagobah.
Hold on. I've got some problems here. Luke, you go to Dagobah and seek Yoda. Butch, Lehigh, you go thaw out your hyperbikes and continue tracting. I should have gotten Jedi call waiting.
On the next bone-chilling episode of Space Elders!
YM.
Radio from Hell on X96.
8:46, time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by some delicious homemade cookies.
What kind of cookies?
I don't know. They were just good.
I mean, you don't know. Were they chocolate?
They had chocolate in them. They had nuts in them. They had other stuff. They had licorice in them. They had they had a delicious slice of watermelon in them.
Now you're just...
They were cookies. I don't know.
And movie lovers, download the new Broovies app for Android or Apple and receive 2-for-1 admission to Broovies' new Ogden location. Must sign up 1 hour in advance of attendance to the theater. Get showtimes at broovies.com.
So we had boner candidate number 1, swimming to freedom. That's a burglary suspect who made his getaway by driving his car off the end of a dock into Lake Champlain and swimming for freedom. But the cops just waited for him at another dock, fished him out of the water, dried him off, and took him to jail. Boner candidate number 2, Rand Paul can be beaten. That's what a potential Democratic governor candidate in Kentucky said. She said, his neighbor beat him up. That proves he can be beaten. Okay. And boner candidate number 3, string him up, also in Kentucky. Another Democratic. There's trouble in Kentucky.
Well, and the problem is the Democrats need Kentucky.
Yeah.
They keep screwing it up.
Yeah. Who ran an ad that said that implied lynching was a good way to get rid of the good old boy network.
And
Kentucky.
that went before several people before.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. It's
I'm thinking
he did it on his own. He put it in the penny saver, in the big nickel is essentially what it was. But let's see. Garrett won a boner T-shirt, and the winner, boner candidate number 3, string him up.
All right. So you now this one goes forward to boner fight. It has a chance to become boner of the day. It has to defeat the winner from round 1. We'll throw them both into the Boner Dome at 9:20. That's when you will decide. Boner of the day.
The other day, Bill, you were giving me a hard time. It's me, Richie.
Oh, it's our producer, Richard Stedman.
You were giving me a hard time because I was dressed up nice for work, and it wasn't really for this job. It was for another thing I had going on. Job number 4.
You have 5.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was emceeing the Utah Safety Council Awards Luncheon.
That sounds important.
And I had an epic fail of massive proportions.
I can't wait to hear about it.
So,
he's going to tell us now.
I thought, you know what I would like to do? I would like to make this a little more fun. It sounds fairly drab to have a safety council, award ceremony. All right, you know what I'll do? I thought safety dance,
Men Without Hats. We have warned you, whenever you say, come on, let's do this, it'll be fun, we will immediately veto it.
Right.
Because whenever you say it'll be fun, it's not.
No, not for you guys ever. But I thought, okay, so what else? These guys are construction workers. The Utah Highway Patrol will be there.
Men.
They're manly men. So I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll have my music introduction be the Village People YMCA, and I'll get a construction hat and I'll get a safety vest.
Why didn't you do safety dance?
Well, because it was an already played out thing. I asked about that, and they said that they play it before every meeting, and it's sort of a played out bit. So I thought this will either go really well or bomb terribly.
So naturally, you proceeded.
So, well, because I'm in this phase of life now where it's take big risks. If things pay off, great, and if they don't, you learn and you go with it. And so I got it all set up. I had them bring me a safety, a hard hat and a vest, and I fired up the Village People, and I started the thing, and it killed. It really did. Everybody loved it. So now, Gina, your face is going, so what's the fail? So I got up, and they divided it into 2 different parts. There was a bunch of awards, and it was no one will talk and bother you while you eat for a minute, and then a bunch of awards. Got through the first part, got through the lunch, came back to the second part, and they wanted to have everybody in line in the order that they would receive their award, and there was like 95 people.
That's never going to work.
Nope.
Whose idea? That will never work.
95 awards?
Yeah, and they wanted to make sure that something was read about every single person.
That would take hours.
And they had to get everybody in line.
No.
And this is where it was tragic. This is where I epically failed. I'm doing it. and they said, hey, we need these couple other people to come out and get in line. Stall, they said to me. And I'm thinking, okay, they need, 30 seconds. So I told them a joke. I told them the only clean joke which comes to my mind. And I'm going to tell you the joke right now.
Okay.
And this is still not even where it failed. But the joke goes as follows. A single lady walks into a grocery store. She buys all the stuff that a single lady would buy, right? Like the smaller thing of dish detergent, TV dinners, all these single-use items, puts it up on the conveyor belt.
Soup for one.
Exactly. The checker, looks at her items, and looks back at her and says, so you're single, huh? And she's like, yeah. How did you guess? And he says, 'cause you're ugly. Right? So even then,
That's funny.
Yeah, funny joke, still played well. And then they're like, keep stalling.
Because we have to try to line up 95 people.
Now, to my credit, if they had told me, we need you to fill 5 minutes right now, I could have sort of launched into even if a story about my keys, though not maybe fulfilling, I could have filled 5 minutes. But sure. I just wanted to be done as soon as they could.
You were eking out 30 seconds at a time?
Exactly.
She was really ugly.
Yeah. So then I started
She bought products that only ugly people buy.
No.
Are we ready now? No?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
No. So then I started into, so I was married once, and that was a disaster, and people sort of laughed about that, but then I was just like, please, can we be done with this?
No? She wasn't ugly.
Yeah. Then I told a story, and a true story, about how when I was in high school, one of my high school teachers brought in their kindergarten-aged student to teach me how to use scissors. So I'm just floundering. I'm just flailing. I have no purpose. I'm just trying to fill
It's kind of like
time.
life, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
No purpose, just trying to fill the time.
It was my life on the stage. And I'm just like, you know what? You guys don't have to pay me if you will just let me be done right now and we can move on with the award ceremony. And that started to get him back, right? So I'm feeling really bad. I feel like I blew this whole thing. And I have received several messages that was like, you know what? Watching you fail was the best thing. The guy in charge of the thing said, you know what? We're going to have you back again if you promise not to do what you did this year, but you did a great job. But I have not felt that like alone.
But but it shows you should have some material in the can.
Yes.
Whether it's a song, or
100%. Yes, it was
or be better at improvising than you are.
Well, it's not that I'm not. I honestly, it's not that I don't feel like I am. I was just trying to fill, like you said, 20 seconds at a time, so I could be done as soon as the next thing moved on. Carrie, what have you got? You've got something up your sleeve.
No.
Oh, it looks like you were ready to play a.
Just trying to figure out where the Village People part came in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Why did you?
Because it's a construction worker.
And you can see me dressed up there as the construction worker, x96.com/live.
Is that at the moment when you realize you have no more material?
No, that was the moment where I went, here goes.
This is when he still had hope.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
I think you've just described your life in a nutshell.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You need canned material.
Yeah.
You need.
Have you done that though before, where you were just stalling?
Here's the thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't care either.
No, you do care because this bothered you.
I don't care either because it's not my fault. So I just make jokes about the situation.
Yeah. That has happened to me multiple times.
You just make jokes about the situation and.
You
what's going on.
wanted it to be perfect.
Brett says you should have started the first discussion.
No, that could have gone on for a while.
Oh, I got it down. I can get you first discussion in 7 minutes.
No, thanks.
No?
No.
Second discussion in 4.
Sorry.
Disabled vehicle on the exit ramp from I-15 northbound to University Avenue in Provo. The right lanes are blocked there. Secondary crash southbound 15 approaching Center Street, North Salt Lake. Cars are blocking the center lane about 200 yards south of the first crash, which is off to the right shoulder. So big slowage through there. Crash eastbound 45th South at the on-ramp to go southbound I-15. It's the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
The Advocates. UtahAdvocates.com is the website. You can go there 24/7 and privately and anonymously talk to an attorney.
I think Richie should have called them during that bit he was doing.
Should have, yeah.
That sounds expensive, but it's
free.
No.
It's not. It's free. You don't pay anything until they get a settlement for you. You don't have to come up with any upfront money to pay the advocate.
The advocates, they're personal injury attorneys, and they are a small firm. They're not handling 300, 400, 500 customers. They're selective about who they choose, and so you know that if they choose you, they're going to work very diligently on your case. When you call them at 801-355-5550, and again, no obligation, and see if you've got a case, and if you do, they'll invite you into the office. And again, no money will change hands unless they get you a settlement. And they probably will get you a settlement. I think their close rate is, I forget, they told me once, is pretty high.
Oh, if they take your case, they're pretty confident they're going to get you a settlement.
Yeah. So it's the advocates. Any kind of an accident you've been involved in and you just think, man, the insurance company, I don't think they're going to treat me fairly, and they won't, you should call the advocates. 801-355-5550 or UtahAdvocates.com.
AWOL Nation.
I'm a man. I'm a full-grown man. I'm a man. I'm a rolling stone. I'm a man.
And now, here are Carrie and Bill with another episode of Things Men Would Never Say.
I made it through the rain. I kept myself respected. I made it through the rain.
God, I just love Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
He is one heavy dude. Sing me a little bit more of that, would you, Carrie?
I can't. I'm starting to mist up, and it's too hard to drive when you're all teary.
Yeah. Where the hell are we anyway? I mean, you said you knew where the bookstore was. We're going to be late for the Terry Tempest Williams in-store book signing.
Well, I thought I knew, but I guess we're lost.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to pull over and ask for directions. Oh, by the way, how was your date last night?
Oh, fine, I guess. The spaghetti factory was good, as usual, but when we got back to her place, all she wanted was sex, sex, sex. I mean, I get so flippin' tired of that. Why can't some women realize that it's possible to be friends without having sex get in the way?
Well, I wouldn't have thought that she would be like that. I mean, she seems like one of the sensitive types. Well, you like her, don't you?
Well, yeah, I like her, but just not in that way. I mean, she seems like one of the sensitive types, you're right, but she doesn't really excite me sexually. I mean, for one thing, her breasts are just too darn big.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but I know what you mean. What's your ideal woman look like?
Oh, that's really easy. That chick on Murder, She Wrote.
Angela Lansbury?
Yeah.
Just thinking about her, and I'm pitching a tent.
Yeah. Hey, pull over here at this 7-Eleven, will you? And I'll ask for directions to the bookstore. Ah, dang, it's raining out. Have you got a rain hat that I can borrow?
Well, I couldn't find mine when I left the house, and so
I just put this bread sack over my head.
All right, well, give me that then. That's going to look pretty silly, but I didn't spend 3 hours and $50 at the salon to have this hair ruined in the rain.
Hey, careful, don't slip. I made it through the rain. I kept my point of view.
Join Carrie and Bill again soon for more of the things men would never say here on X96.
I'm a man. I'm a full-grown man. I'm a man. I'm a rolling stone.
Radio from Hell, proudly giving you incomplete sports and traffic with Gina Barberi on X96.
No pee breaks, people. No pee breaks.
Is this sponsored?
Sure. For all
She's always right there.
Well, no, it's not official, but I'm going to gift a sponsorship to Tuesday Tunes with Todd. Snowbird is proud to be in its 11th year of hosting the epic finish of the Queen stage of the Tour of Utah, an event free for all spectators. Details at snowbird.com.
Tuesday Turns with Todd on X96. Ran from hell.
There he is, the crestless Todd Newcomb.
He shaved his head.
He had that crest, little crest of hair there, and it's gone. Which I think you look nice this way.
It's like hardly, there's a little bit of stubble on my head now.
Yeah, you look sort of like an adult.
That's sad.
I know. Todd Newcomb, the program director at X96, is here. He is excited to present a song for us to consume here and maybe mention his train podcast too, because he likes to do that.
The Railroad Robot podcast for train fans. It's there, and check it out. So today we're doing, and we're receiving just a lot of big new releases over the last little bit, but Imagine Dragons put out just the song that no album attached to it or anything. It's just a new song from them. And I guess it's going to be picked up by ESPN for all their college football promos.
Well, then they'll be getting some money for that.
They will. So,
wow.
But so you're going to hear this like all football season, just everywhere. It's one of those songs. And it's kind of a pump up, like, yeah, let's play football kind of a song, I guess. I mean, you listen to it and think that, and it's like, all right, this is football season. The song's called Natural.
All right.
And we'll play it for you right now.
Okay. All right, here you go. Tuesday Tunes with Todd, Imagine Dragons. The song is Natural, X96.
Here's what Kerry Jackson is doing when he's not on the air.
Grandma, why do we have to drive all the way up from Salem to Orem just to go to the Training Table restaurant?
Because they have the cheese fries, you stupid little turd.
Grandma.
It's worth the 20-mile drive for the cheese fries.
Yeah, worth it to you. You don't have to drive.
Well, what did you say?
I said that those cheese fries seem to make you thrive.
Well,
that's what I said.
of course they do. Cheese fries have all the nutrients we old people need. And they're easy to digest, too.
Oh,
when those rat bastards down home get the cheese fries to their burger joint, maybe we'll eat at home.
Grandma, did you bring your stool softeners?
Just you never mind about my stool softeners. Just get on the damn phone and order the cheese fries.
Okay.
Oh, and about 10 of them cups of dipping sauce.
Grandma, can I order a burger for myself?
Well, if you've got the money to pay for it. What do you think I am, Zion's First National Bank?
No, I don't.
Stupid little turd.
Here's what Bill Allred is doing when he's not on the air.
Hi, welcome to the Training Table. Can I take your order, please?
Well, sure. Bill? Bill, is that you?
Just a minute.
Hello?
Hello. Welcome to the Training Table. May I take your order, please?
Hey, what happened to the guy I was just talking to?
Guy?
Wait a minute. Bill, this is you, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Jenny Parsons. Who are you?
Oh, come on. Like you don't know that I'm Kerry Jackson, your partner on X96's Radio from Hell show.
Oh, you're Kerry Jackson? Oh, I've heard of you and the Radio from Hell show, too. Oh, I love your partner, Bill Allred.
Yeah.
He's so handsome and kind and generous and thin, too.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and he's so much funnier than you.
All right, listen, Allred, I don't know what you're trying to pull, but I could just send Grandma back in the kitchen to kick your ass.
I'm not kicking anybody's ass until I get my cheese fries. You stupid little turd.
Start backing the dump trucks full of money up to Dan's house now, and just let it.
They're already coming, Kerry. They're just adding more money to the pile.
That's going to be all over the ESPN football promos, and then I just feel like that's a car commercial song too.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're good at writing those or songs
it's fun.
in
And
movies.
A lot of drums in there. It's you take that song, you turn it up, and everyone's happy.
Wait, we got Natural Light Beer on the phone. They want to make an offer.
It's
true, like the Blur song 2.
Right. Oh yeah.
That they didn't ever have to do anything ever again.
Like and that's one of those stadium songs. You hear that at football games too. And then, of course, the ultimate stadium song is Queen.
Did that pay off for them big time?
Who? Which one?
Queen.
Probably.
I mean, it was kind of early in that.
I feel like it's still paying
It's
off.
probably still receiving.
It's just paying the Queen Empire.
Although, not to sound old and everything, but I follow David Crosby on Twitter.
Yeah.
David Crosby.
Yeah.
He's just amusing.
He's amusing, but he also talks a lot about the music business and people, because he's pretty political too, and people say you're a rich liberal in your private jet, and he has posted pictures of, he's like, here's the residual I get for, I don't know what song it was, and it breaks it down, what the money he gets
Not
from
much, huh?
Spotify, the money he gets from, and it's
not much,
and it shows downloads, and it's like thousands of downloads of this song of his, and it's pennies.
Well, no, for online stuff, you don't get much money
No,
at all.
that's his thing. He's like, people think, people say, why do you still tour? Why do you still do? He's like, I'm David Crosby.
I have a kidney to pay for.
And
I have a liver to pay for.
And I make pennies on this.
Well, I mean, and Todd can tell you, we pay a lot of money.
Yeah, we have to have a license to
play all the songs. Yeah, we pay a lot of money. We pay a lot more than the internet does.
But not much of it goes, even at that, goes to the artist. Yeah.
So the answer is no. They're not retiring on.
If you can get a car commercial, your song on a car commercial,
that's a different deal.
Or a movie trailer, stuff like that.
Yeah, when you get placement, when you get what they call they call them syncs. When you get a sync, when your song is stuck in a commercial, then that's when you get a little bit more money and
a movie.
It's like, was it Vampire Weekend? That song that Holidays, isn't that Vampire Weekend? And that they used that on the Target commercials, I think. That made those guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Todd.
We'll do this again on a week from today.
Next week. All right.
On Tuesday.
Thursday turns with Todd on X96. Ran from hell.
All right. We do have Boner Fight coming up in the next break, along with some news. Stand by for all of that.
I wish I could see better so I could count all the money that I get. I can see well, though. I can see pretty damn well without glasses or contact lenses because of Hoops Vision. $800 off right now. That's the message you should take. You know that Hoops Vision is the best. They've treated my eyes perfectly. Carrie's.
Oh, for years.
My family, everybody who has had laser procedures so that they don't have to wear glasses or contact lenses. Now, and more people have become better candidates because the procedures have gotten better. And Hoops Vision is always on the top rung of knowing what the new procedures are.
Now, most of the information the questions that you'll have can be answered at hoopsvision.com. Or you can go down there and actually watch procedures being done.
Yeah, they will let you do it. Go down and chat with them. Make an appointment on the phone. It's free, no obligation. They'll check your eyes and see if you're a good candidate. And remember, $800 off, 0% financing. Call them 877-30-LASIK.
I've got no roots, but my home was never on the.
Melon. Spell it with me now. MELON. And now we'll use it in some dialogue featuring our good Utah friend, LeVar. LeVar has gone to the post office on an errand for his neighbor, LeGrand R. Dunn. Let's listen as LeVar steps up to the clerk's window at the post office. Again, the word is melon.
Next! You, there, the man with the baggy overalls and the wide tie. No, not you. You, the wide tie with the palm trees and the hula girls on it.
Who, me?
Yes, you're next. Would you step up to the window here, sir?
Sure, I'm coming. What's your danged hurry?
The U.S. mail doesn't wait, sir.
Okay, well, keep your shirt on. I'm here.
Yes, I see that, and still, I wait for you to state your purpose.
Well, I don't know about that. I just came here on an errand for my friend. I don't got no purpose.
Fine. What errand are you on for your friend?
My friend, LeGrand R. Dunn, needs to send something to his boy who's on a mission in Scotland, okay?
Yes, that's fine.
I think it is. Scotland's a real nice place, they say. But I hear them Scots are pretty hard to convert. They's big drinkers, you know. That's where Scotch comes from. And McDonald's, too, now that I think about it.
How may I help you, sir?
Well, let me see. I got the note from LeGrand here in my pocket somewhere. Let me, it's got what he wanted me to get for him written on it. If I could just find it.
Look,
here.
sir, I'm going to have to ask you to step aside for a moment until you're ready, okay? We got tons of people waiting here, and we're real busy.
Well, just keep your panties on. I got it right. Yeah, it's right here. Here it is. My friend LeGrand needs a melon tube.
Sorry? He needs
a melon tube. He sent me here to buy him a melon tube.
Well, perhaps you'd be better off running your errand at the Western Garden Center then.
You postal workers has got a real funny sense of humor. No, he needs a melon tube to send something to his boys.
Sir, we're prohibited from sending produce overseas.
No, it ain't produce. It's a poster with the Articles of Faith on it. He don't want to fold it up. He wants to roll it up and put it in a tube and mail it, and that's why he needs a melon. What about my melon tube?
This is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and it will blow your head clean off. Now you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk?
You know, I think he memorized all of them Articles of Faith to get his CTR ring anywho. I'll just, don't you worry about it. I'll just be on my way, okay? Next! Who's next? Don't keep this man waiting. Who's next?
From Hell Show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Remember that info. You're going to need it in about 6 minutes. That's when we're going to start Boner Fight. Be ready. First, some news. Brought to you by
The news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah. 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
Yep.
Well,
our conversation, what musicians make, what artists make, and somebody just in the chat room sent a link to this top 10 money makers. This is for 2016, but it gives you an idea. Number 10 was Kenny Chesney. He made $25.4 million in 2016. So, but how does that break down? Sales, $1.1 million. Streaming, $443,000. Publishing, I guess that's probably songwriting, $335,000. Touring, that's where the big change is, $23 million.
That's where you make your money.
That's why they tour so much. Kanye West, similar. He's number 9. Number 8, Luke Bryan. Number 7, Justin Bieber. Number 6, Coldplay. Number 5, Adele. 4 is The Drake. Number 3, Springsteen. Number 2, Guns N' Roses. And again, this is 2016. And then the top money maker, Beyonce. She made $54 million touring. $54 million.
But it's not from streaming or?
No, publishing. And again, I think that's songwriting credit. $1.3 million. Streaming, $1.9 million. So she's doing pretty well with that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. So let's see. Margot Robbie.
I think she is an underappreciated actress.
I appreciate it.
And I think it's because she's so pretty. I think.
No, that's why I appreciate her.
No,
because she's so pretty.
She is supremely talented. She's funny.
But it's hard to see beyond the fact that she's so pretty.
She can do drama.
But she's so pretty.
I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's going to play Sharon Tate in Quentin Tarantino's new movie. I don't even know if they've started filming yet. But
they have, yes.
About the Manson murders.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And there's a photo of her as Sharon Tate. You can see it at x96.com/live.
I follow a Twitter feed that is Hollywood history. And they've been taking pictures of how they've rebuilt parts of Hollywood Boulevard for this movie to make it look, period. And so they're recreating a lot of the old facades that have been changed or torn down. It's really fascinating.
Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. It should be.
I'm looking forward to this movie.
Well, yes and no. There's the story of this young woman missing in the Midwest in Iowa. What's her name? Molly Tibbetts. Nobody seems to be able to figure out where she went. She went to her boyfriend's home in Iowa to house sit for him, as I recall, because he was off at work doing work in some other part of the country. And she went out for a run and then was never seen again. This has been a month ago. An Iowa pig farmer has been grilled by the cops about the disappearance of the 20-year-old college student. He was asked to take a polygraph exam on Monday. He said, "I don't need to. It's stupid. I got nothing to hide."
Well, if you got nothing to hide, then take the polygraph test.
He has uttered the statement repeatedly since being thrust into the spotlight last week after cops revealed that they had questioned him multiple times about her disappearance. Tibbetts, a University of Iowa student, went missing July 18, going for a run in Iowa. Mr. Cheney, a Deep River resident, was taken down to a local fire station and questioned by authorities after her disappearance. Police officials have remained tight-lipped about exactly why they think he's a person of interest. But there are some reports that he has had some problems in the past with sexual harassment, and
they must be able to place him somewhere in the vicinity where she disappeared.
Yeah, maybe I think I've read somewhere that she part of her run might have gone near his place. But I don't know who did it, but it's a bad guy, that's for sure, he said.
All right.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
This is the winner of round 1 going up against the winner of round 2. We did round one way back in the 7 o'clock hour when we were more alert. And it was, the winner was, please, Donald, help me. They're out to get me. It's Alex Jones. InfoWars. Listen, I'm telling you, those Sandy Hook kids, those were just crisis actors. Those children, they were playing. There was nobody shot there. They're trying to take away your guns. 9/11, Twin Towers, that was an inside job. The government did that. He's just and he's been spewing this kind of nonsense for years now on Instagram, on Twitter,
Well,
on
he most
Facebook.
recently said that he wanted to shoot Robert Mueller.
Yeah, we should shoot him.
Yep.
So Facebook and Spotify and iTunes have taken his show off, and YouTube taken his show off. They won't let him use it. That's a good portion of his audience right there, and he's now begging the president to help him. This is just freedom of speech issue. No, it's not a freedom of speech issue. You can say what you want. You just can't say it on those because those are private businesses and they can do what they want. That goes up against the winner from 8 o'clock hour, and that was String 'em Up, a Democratic candidate now being kind of disowned by the Democratic Party in Kentucky because he ran an ad which depicted a lynching. He claims those are not bodies, but if you go to x96.com/live, it says some hard choices need to be made in Spencer County, or to make Spencer County great again. I will make those choices. And then he's got these bodies hanging there with the words "good old boy system" on the bodies, and they're hanging from a tree. So he says, no, that's not a lynching. Those aren't bodies.
All right, it's time to vote.
And a random boner voter will receive Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War is available on digital HD and now 4K Blu-ray DVD starting August 14th, or maybe you'll win it from us by voting.
And here's how you vote. You've got to decide which of these two candidates is the worst. Which one deserves to be boner of the day? 1 or 2. Remember the candidate number that you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message. 1 or 2. And you text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Cynthia's taking votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight August 7. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right, you've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Keep the radio on. A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts at 10. X90.
I had a Mary Jane candy yesterday.
I've never heard of a Mary Jane candy.
Mary Jane's. Mary Jane's.
You get that in Colorado?
It's you ever heard of Mary Jane?
No.
Famous old candy. Originally made in 1914.
That's probably stale.
By the Charles N. Miller Company, later by Stark Candy Company, now manufactured by Necco.
Oh.
And
did you go back to Backyard Birds?
no, my my 11-year-old daughter, little Mrs. Bill, went up to the 7-Eleven and came back and said, "Look, they have Mary Jane's up there."
She knows what that is?
Sure, she's had them before. But listen, we know candy in our family.
Old candy.
And new candy. They know all kinds of candy. The candy, Mary Jane's, Charles Miller invented this candy and named them after his favorite aunt, Mary Jane.
Ah.
And there's a picture of a little girl on
Wonder how his other aunts felt about that.
well, he had a favorite aunt, Mary Jane. Maybe he didn't have any others, but they're terrible.
Really?
I'd forgotten how terrible they are. I think they maybe used to be a little better. It's peanut butter, essentially, or peanut. There used to be peanut butter, sort of more peanut butter in them, and peanut butter and molasses. and they're chewy, like taffy.
Yeah.
But now they're just more sort of molassesy and sugary and very little peanutty. I was disappointed, but she was excited to find them and enjoyed them. Never had a Mary Jane? Would you eat a Mary Jane if somebody gave you one?
Not when you've described it, how terrible it is.
Well, but I mean, if I just said it was peanut butter and molasses, would you go, oh, I'll try that?
Yeah.
You don't have anything against molasses? No. It's just kind of...
What would I have against molasses?
Well, I don't know. You have weird food things.
Molasses is fine.
I thought, I think it's...
I have things in common with molasses.
That's well, you're as slow as it.
Yes.
But in January, that's what my mother used to say. Would you hurry? You're as slow as molasses in January. Which is, I think, the slowest of all molasses.
And I'm referencing Bugs Bunny twice again on today's show.
Yeah.
He was borrowing a cup of molasses from somebody. He had his coffee cup. Elmer shot a hole through it.
Uh-huh.
And it's snowing around, okay? And it starts to run out, and he goes, I didn't think molasses would run in January.
But
yeah, there you go. And... Then of course there's all different. There's blackstrap molasses, which is the realies. See, I didn't think you'd like molasses because it's too strong.
It's
it's like strong syrup.
You don't need a spoonful of it. It's an ingredient amongst other things.
Some people use it in lieu of syrup on things.
Ew.
They'll drizzle molasses on their pancakes or on cereals or whatever. I find it a little. Oh, and the brand of molasses that you buy in the grocery store
has a rabbit on it.
It's Brer Rabbit.
Yeah.
Brer Rabbit molasses. So I
insist on Brer Rabbit molasses.
I don't
when
think,
buying molasses.
I don't think we can go into the whole reason that why Brer Rabbit might be on the...
Ask your grandpa about Song of the South, kids.
Yeah. Or when you go to Disneyland, what is it? Big Thunder
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is full of characters that Disney no longer promotes or uses.
But they're in there.
Yeah, that ride.
But that's the only place. Your laughing place. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Your laughing place.
That's where Brer Rabbit is.
Yeah. I like that ride, actually.
Always get wet.
And it's a nice place to cool off at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. All right, time to award Boner of the Day.
And Boner of the Day is brought to you by chicken enchiladas and some delicious cookies, in part by that.
And there's so much happening downtown now, you can find it all in one place. Introducing The Blocks, slc.com, a comprehensive listing of arts, culture, events, and entertainment in downtown Salt Lake City. That's theblockslc.com.
Boner candidate number 1 was Please, Donald, you got to help me. They're out to get me. Alex Jones begging Donald Trump for help after he is dumped by YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Notorious conspiracy theorists suggest that Donald Trump make his media problems a major issue in the 2018 campaign. And boner candidate number 2, string him up. A lynching ad has Kentucky Democrats condemning one of their own. A Democrat who posted an ad that showed bodies hanging from a tree, said we need to get rid of the good old boy system. And that's what he wrote on the bodies, good old boy system, hanging from the tree. But lynching is, you make your point another way, really, especially in Kentucky. Boner candidate, let's see, Jordan won the Avengers, the movie, the Infinity Wars movie. And it was really no contest. There were lots of voting. There was lots of voting for both candidates, but almost tripling the votes of number 1. Number 2, string them up.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, there you go. That is Boner of the Day for August 7.
Now, we're not doing Boner of the Week this week.
Nope.
Because we're going to Chicago for a radio convention. But we did, and we'll again today, record some new stuff. So if you're listening to the show Thursday and Friday, will be a couple of best of things, but mostly it will be new stuff.
Now, the new stuff won't be particularly good, but it'll be new.
No, like right now. So, guys, are you ready? In about 20 minutes, we're going to go record an hour. And do you have any idea what we're going to talk about?
No, I do.
No, I
do.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
You got
I've been making notes. I know what we're going to talk about now, though.
What?
We're going to talk about Donald Trump and his star on the Walk of Fame. So the West Hollywood City Council is reportedly planning a vote to remove President Trump's star from the Walk of Fame. It's been vandalized twice now. And they're afraid that it's... Now, I don't know if this is the third incarnation of... it's been repaired, and now people have put these stickers all over it. I think as long as it's there, it's going to get defaced in one way or another.
Yeah.
But it will always be there. They're not going to take it.
You don't think they're going to take it out?
No. Look, who's still on there?
Well,
David,
no, they've never removed anyone.
They've never removed anybody. People are still on there like Bill Cosby, Kevin Spacey, Brett Ratner.
Harvey Weinstein?
He's not on there at all, I don't think. I don't think he's got one. I looked and I didn't see his
I would
name.
be surprised if he didn't.
David Carradine? Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Well, that's not a reason to get...
Well, in my book, it is.
He didn't hurt anybody but himself.
If
That's
you don't
not...
know how to do it better than that,
I've got Sean Connery on tape talking about beating up women and how you need to. Yeah. Maybe Sean Connery.
I mean, Elvis Duran. They've never taken him off. He's just a radio host.
Bing Crosby used to beat his kids.
Yeah. So they've never taken anybody off. The
so
celebrity is accused of multiple counts of sexual harassment, and the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce says here has received numerous inquiries about taking it down, and they said no. This is a part of the historic fabric of Hollywood. Because of this, we have never removed a star. It is a historic landmark.
So they won't remove it.
Nope. So you're just wasting your breath about trying to get them to do it.
It could just be a symbolic thing.
I looked to see if Roman Polanski was there, and I don't think he ever got one. He's ever gotten one. But then they'll just continue to fix it. Bill Cosby's has been vandalized several times, and they have to send somebody out to fix it, and it's just...
Let me see if Conway Twitty has one.
He's your mortal enemy, isn't he?
He is my mortal enemy. So
I wish you'd asked me because I had the list.
I got it. I'm looking for the T's here. Let me see.
They're right. They're right after the S's.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Bill knows that I had a Nebo School District education. All right, let's see.
Just before the U's. Okay. You know who the new inductees are?
No, who?
This is for 2019.
Conway Twitty does not have one.
Well, Kerry, you have nothing you can deface then.
Ferlin Husky has one.
Here are the new inductees for 2019 in the category of recording. That's music. What? Conway Twitty, right here.
No.
Michael Bublé,
Okay.
Cypress Hill,
Really?
The Letterman, Faith Hill, Tommy Mottola, Pink, Teddy Riley, the trio of Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, and Emmylou Harris.
Oh.
Now why? Now
Because
that-
they cut albums together.
No, but surely
And that's
Dolly
done.
Parton has her own.
She may have. And then Jackie Wilson. Your love
Jackie needs.
keeps pushing
Jackie
me
definitely needs one.
And then in the category of motion pictures, the 2019 nominees are Alan Arkin, Kristen Bell, Daniel Craig, Robert De Niro, Guillermo del Toro, Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, Tyler Perry, and Jenna Rollins. And live theater or performance, Adele Dazeem, Cedric the Entertainer, Judith Light, and Paul Sorvino.
Oh, you're going to fly out for Judith Lights, aren't you?
Well, of course.
You won't be there.
Yeah. So the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce and Walk of Fame Selection Committee congratulates the honorees, it says here. Details have not been scheduled for these star ceremonies. Recipients have 2 years to schedule star ceremonies from the date of selection before they expire. So not all of these people will be on there because you have to
Come
pay
up with
for
money.
it. You have to pay for it yourself. And what happens a lot of times now, somebody like Robert De Niro, if he really wants one, he's got the money. He can just do it. But there are other people who they nominate who start campaigns to raise the money.
Or their fan club does, or their.
You know who does not have one?
Who?
This will surprise you. Bill Murray.
Here's my guess about Bill Murray.
He's been nominated.
Chevy Chase has
nomin-
one.
I bet Bill Murray's been nominated, and he's been like, "Well, I don't need."
No, I don't need
He's
that.
contrary.
Well, and he's just,
Gilda Radner has one.
Marty Krofft. Oh, TV. I didn't do the TV ones.
Oh, yeah.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, Candace Bergen, Guy Fieri.
See here, back up. So this is what happened. So
Yes.
Candace Bergen. So they're rebooting Murphy Brown. So
Right.
that tells me that her people are lobbying
Just in time.
just in time for the new show.
Terrence Howard, wife beater.
Yeah,
Terrence
he
Howard.
shouldn't get one.
Yeah.
Stacy Keach, Sid and Marty Krofft, Lucy Liu, Mandy Moore, Diane Wiest, and Julia Child. So part of what, it's all political.
Sure.
Every bit of that is political. And, the reason Candace Bergen is there is because
She got a new show.
it's
Well,
publicity
and
for her.
she deserves one.
Well, of course. But
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to raise enough money to get Conway Twitty one, just so I can vandalize
So you can vandalize it.
how did Elvis Duran get in there?
It's not fair. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back. I'll be plotting my revenge on Conway Twitty between my comfortable Brooklyn sheets.
Carrie, you shouldn't bother yourself while you're
No.
enjoying your Brooklyn and sheets.
Well, he enjoys.
I enjoy
thinking of
plotting
ways to
revenge.
get revenge against Conway Twitty.
Brooklyn and Sheets named the winner of the Best Online Betting category by Good Housekeeping. They've got rave reviews from Business Insider. They are the fastest growing betting brand in the world, over 20,000 five-star reviews. And they were founded in early 2014 by husband and wife Vicky and Rich Phillip and their dog Dukes. Their mission, to bring five-star hotel-quality sheets to everyday life. Most betting is marked up as much as 300%, so they wanted to take out the middleman, keep things personal, from design to manufacturing to customer service and beyond. Small business approach is what they've always felt. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on. Brooklinen.com giving an exclusive offer just to our listeners. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson at brooklinen.com. They are so sure that you will love your new sheets. They offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee and a lifetime warranty on all of their sheets and comforters. The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code Jackson, that's my last name, at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code Jackson, JACKSON. These are the best sheets ever.
You better.
19 science-backed ways that men can appear more attractive to women.
Here you go, Richie.
I'm in.
And then there's a picture of Ryan Gosling.
Well, he doesn't have to do anything. He's already doing it all.
Former Mormon Ryan Gosling.
Read on for simple ways to step up your dating game, it says.
Okay, I'm ready.
Look for the universal signals of flirtation. A woman smiles at her admirer, lifts her eyebrows.
What are you doing, Gina? Why would you do
Isn't
that
that
to
the
me?
universal symbol of...
What is it? Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
That's what they're saying right
Winking?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Aren't you?
Sequential flirting gestures.
Sequential.
Distinctive. Yeah, and that's it. When Gina does that, men rush to her because they think she has epilepsy.
Yeah.
Look for somebody in your league. Don't try and...
Richie, somebody
Know
in
where
your
you're
league.
at. No, listen. Always just one step up from where I'm at.
One step up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Present yourself as high status.
How do you... Your obligatory free T-shirt doesn't...
No, and your
help.
man bun doesn't do it. But if so if you have like a Ford Fiesta or a Bentley, high status with the Bentley. Try and have some trappings.
So buy a car you can't afford so
or
you can
have
get a woman?
That's just an example. Have some trappings of a status that is perhaps higher than what you really are.
Because women are shallow? Is that where this list is going?
Yep. I mean, no. Character, personality,
Yep.
sense of humor.
You know what women are? They're ball break. I'm sorry. Try to look older. Look a little older. Women prefer like the George Clooney, Silver Fox kind of look a little bit older.
Okay.
All right.
So far, I'm none of these.
Grow a light beard.
Okay.
Now, by light, that's not the color of the hair.
No.
Then they show...
Is my beard too long for a light beard?
Yeah, yours is like a full beard.
Okay.
Light beard is like scruff.
Okay.
They're showing a picture of David Beckham. I think that's who that is.
Okay.
David Beckham doesn't.
So I need to trim back the beard a little bit.
Yeah.
That I can do.
Yeah.
He always had that kind of... build some muscle, but not
You're
too
muscle-
much.
But Richie's got muscle.
Not too much.
Richie works out a lot.
Not too much.
But I can put my arms down, so it's not too much.
Right.
Right.
Show him the gun show.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
Radio from Hell with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
As regards Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame,
yes,
the British press claims that Hollywood counselors have voted unanimously to remove Donald Trump's star from the Walk of Fame. At a meeting on Monday evening, West Hollywood City Council opted to recommend to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce that the star be removed. I don't think that means it will be. They are recommending it.
Here's why I think it might be. because it has become a nuisance and it's a trouble spot. It's a magnet for trouble, and I think that may be the reason they follow through with it.
And we were wondering stars, Hollywood stars who have refused or don't want them. Julia Roberts. I don't want to be bothered with that. No, never mind. No. Al Pacino, Angelina Jolie, Robert Downey Jr. All have said, no, I don't really. And Muhammad Ali has one, but he only because of this caveat. He said, okay, I'll have one, but I want my star to be on a wall because I don't want people walking over my name.
Oh.
So he's got one on a wall?
It's on a wall on the Hollywood Walk of Fame somewhere.
Fascinating.
There's a whole bunch of interesting facts about like who was the first person to get it, how many there are. There's all kinds of trivia you can look up about the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The very first, who has the most stars? There are people with multiple stars.
Oh, yeah, there are multiple stars for multiple reasons.
So who do you think has the most?
Let me think. Somebody who would have to be a musician on television and in a movie.
Right. Film, radio,
yeah,
live performance, and music.
I know because Richie sent it to me.
Oh,
Is it Ryan Seacrest?
No.
It's Gene Autry.
Gene Autry. Because he did all that.
That's pretty. Let's see. How much does it cost to do one? $30,000. Who was the first person?
They have to pay that, right?
Yeah. The first person to get one, Joanne Woodward, Paul
Newman's
wife.
Why would she be the first person to get one?
This is the official
There's
groundbreaking.
older entertainers than that. There.
Well, but the Hollywood Walk of Fame only started in mid to late 50s, and she was the first one to get one in 1960. It says the official groundbreaking ceremony for the Walk of Fame was 1960. The first star to be dedicated on the historic walkway belonged to Joanne Woodward, who won an Academy Award for The Three Faces of Eve in 1957.
Have any stars ever been removed before?
No.
So this would be the first.
If Donald Trump, who are you?
I'm John. Hi.
Oh, hi. It would be the first. No stars have ever been removed. There are 2,600 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, 15 blocks of Hollywood Boulevard, and 3 blocks of Vine Street. So there you go.
But the British press is saying that they voted to remove it.
Well, that the Hollywood Council did, they go to the.
They're recommending it.
Yeah, they go to the committee.
So then they now go to the committee.
And the Walk of Fame committee, because it's a state monument, the Walk of Fame committee can say, our hands are tied. We can't do it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did for that.
There's
reason.
lots of stars on there for people that are not good people, though.
Yeah, but none of them have been president.
Well, none of them get vandalized like his.
All right, Ronald Reagan is on there.
Yeah.
Television, movies.
Huh? What?
And radio.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry?
He could get them all.
Old Dutch Reagan.
He didn't sing, really, did he?
No.
What was the one he did with the monkey?
What?
Did a movie with the monkey?
Bedtime for Bonzo.
Bedtime for
Did
Bonzo?
more than one.
He sang in that one.
Did a bunch of them. Did he sing in it?
I thought he sang in one of those.
Google Ronald Reagan sings and see if.
There was blood on the saddle. There was blood on the ground.
Like Kevin Spacey has a star. Bill Cosby has a star.
But theirs haven't been as a magnet for trouble as much. Cosby maybe, but
Cosby's has been vandalized.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Elvis Duran has one.
That bothers
Does
me.
he really?
Yeah.
Rick Dees has one.
So does Seacrest.
Yeah.
Mark and Brian have one.
Ugh, that one bothers me. All right.
We should have one.
You should have one.
$30,000. Come on, fans.
No, I can't. I'm spending the $30,000 on the Conway Twitty one.
You have to contribute to culture in L.A. County.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Kerry wants Conway Twitty one so that he can go vandalize it.
You want to vandalize?
I want to vandalize Conway Twitty.
Why don't you put one like in your driveway?
Hey, there we go.
And then
I don't want to pee in my driveway.
Like Anaheim City Walk tried doing their own, and they have like 4 stars.
That's how you would do it. You
Well,
would
I'd
pee
start
on
there.
it.
That's a good start.
Just pee on it.
Yeah. I'll come up with other things, too.
Take that, Conway.
Work my way up to a pickaxe.
Take that, Mr. Twitty.
Yeah, you can't just jump straight to
No,
pickaxe.
not right away. You work your way
There's
up.
an escalation of force.
Yes.
Kerry Jackson arrested for whizzing on the twitty.
Whizzing on the twitty.
All right, let's do the promo. Hey, I'm starting. How odd.
Really?
Yeah.
Where am I?
You're
oh,
in
wait,
there.
let me. Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
I know it's going to be tough for you, Gina. Changing things up. Here we go. Wednesday at 6:45 and 8:45, the Radio from Hell show performs your list of things that must go.
So please send yours to radiofromhell at x96.com and put "must go" in the subject line.
If we read yours, you could win a Prohibition gift card. Send yours right now to be heard on Wednesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
All right. Good enough? Yes. Oh, hi, John.
Hi, kids.
What do you got going today?
Well, you know, I am the official Duke of Tooele County. And I
As
am
in
going
Dukes of
to...
Hazzard
No,
kind
no,
of
no,
Duke,
the
or-
Duke as in royalty.
Oh, okay.
I am Tooele's favorite son.
Okay.
I'm going to be giving out tickets to the Utah Motorsports Campus today.
Nice.
They've got the Pirelli World Challenge, and they've got the Lucas Off-Road, Lucas Oil Off-Road things coming up. So I'm going to be giving away tickets to things in Tooele County today.
And stuff.
And stuff.
All right. Anything else?
Probably. Maybe.
Something that might get people to listen.
You never know.
We're trying to help you, John, and you're just fighting it every
nonstop.
step of the way.
Well, I get here and I just, I haven't planned out my day yet.
He keeps pulling the feeding tube right out.
He does. He really does. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I don't want to pee in my driveway.
John Smith is next.
Gotta keep you guessing.
Kicking off nothing but great tunes for 60 minutes. A 1 hour nonstop music wingding is on X96.